have been incredible support, an amazing honour. Grateful to the help of so many people for being here, and it was a very special day.
It could be a Barcelona dream move for Marcus Rashford, as we understand the Spanish giants are eyeing a temporary move for the United forward. But will there even be a place for him in the side?
Yamal on that right-hand side. You could have Nico Williams, who that guy looks like he's going to go through on the left. You could probably have Lewandowski down the middle, and behind him Rafinha. Look at Aston Villa. He wasn't guaranteed to start, so Barcelona definitely won't be.
Elsewhere, Crystal Palace's place in Europe may have been boosted by Lyon's relegation from the French top flight over finance issues. The club is owned by now former Palace shareholder John Textor. Lyon are appealing, and Simon Jordan's questioned the credibility of the sanction.
What we normally see when a club's in absolute disarray is people don't get paid. I'm not hearing that about Lyon. I'm not hearing the players are not being paid and all this sort of stuff. So clearly they're meeting some sort of obligations, because we see it in this country. We see Sheffield Wednesday not paying their wages. We see Reading. We see other people with leagues.
That's a fair point.
And all of a sudden they get sanctioned because they're not able to meet the obligations. And that gives you... These guys have got debt. And they seem to be able to pay their way.
And after we heard this on breakfast yesterday...
No, there's not a captain. No. I'm sorry. You need a captain who's going to lead by example.
Former Australia skipper David Campese singing the praises somewhat of Lions captain Maro Itoje. Today, front row for the tourist Pierre Schoeman has given his reply.
He's probably one of those guys that you respected, playing against him, but it went even through the roof, breaking glass ceilings of the reality of how great leader he is. He's just in a class of his own, and I love spending time with him. I know everyone does. I can't speak highly enough of him. He's a great leader.
The Lions play the Western Force in Perth on Saturday. There's more online at talksport.com.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein, and him over there, the Padel expert. It's Darren Bent.
It's Darren here, by the way, Darren Bent.
I just said that, Benny. How are you, son? You all right?
Not bad, you all right?
Look at you look well.
Thank you.
Shorts, T-shirt, ready to go. You got shorts on or not?
No, I haven't got shorts on.
Oh, okay, I thought you had, sorry. But we've got a show for you this afternoon. We'll be asking what on earth is going on at Arsenal and their transfer business, or lack of it, with Thomas Partey leaving on a freebie. Still no striker through the door. We'll also be asking where the Club World Cup ranks amongst the top competitions after Danny Murphy said that winning it would be meaningless to him. We'll also ask if you would sign for the biggest club in the world, just sit on the bench after Jermaine Pennant revealed he rejected Real Madrid... for Portsmouth. And we'll be joined by Kevin Hatchard for a bit of Drive Worldwide. All that plus, of course, we'll be keeping you up to date with England and their under-21s as they face the Netherlands in the European Championship semi-finals. Go on, England. All that and more is coming up in today's Drive Time show with me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, and you can get involved by picking up the phone. 03717 223344.
We'll have a bit of that.
We will have a bit of that. DB, all right? You love it. See you all right?
I'm not bad, you?
Very well. We've got a busy show. We've got lots coming up.
I've got a question for you.
Okay, right. Now, you said to me, we went upstairs on floor 14 for an ice cream, and you went, and then you went, I'll leave it to the top of the show. You'll love it. So you've got a question. Okay.
So, obviously, you came with a big chat yesterday.
Okay, what?
Come with a big chat, like, this, that, and that was happening.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm finished yet. How was the new rule of the phones on the...
I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot to. Well, yes. So if you listen to the show, the new rule I meant to implement this morning was that when the kids come down, they leave their phone on the hall table. Yep. This is for school. Leave it. And then we talk as a family, either sat on the couch or having breakfast or whatever. And then after that,
you can get their phones.
Yeah.
So how was that?
So what happened is my little one, she had 10 hours sleep last night. She was so tired. When I got in from work, she was already asleep. And I hadn't seen her. And I thought, right, I'm implementing the new. And I was, you all right? And she was like, yeah, I'm good. Are you? And I was like, yeah. And I looked at her and she was so happy that I thought...
You bottled it?
Yeah, I bottled it, yeah. But I will implement it tomorrow.
Oh, but honestly...
No, tomorrow I'm going to do it. No, so I can come in and say I've done it.
You're not.
That's a great question.
I woke up this morning and I was thinking, I wonder if he did that.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to video it and send it to you, all right? So you can see how moody everyone is in the morning.
I bet you don't. I bet you forget.
Just be me and Dr. Scooter Frank in the corner. We've got a busy show. We'll go through it in more detail in just a moment. Because, of course, England's under 21s, they're taking on the Netherlands with a place in the European Championships final at stake. There's full commentary over on talkSPORT 2. The game starts at 5, so, of course, we'll have updates throughout our show, unless you want to listen to it, as I said, live on talkSPORT 2. The team news, the all-important team news for that one is in. Let's get all the details and more as we say hello and good afternoon to talkSPORT's Ian Abrahams. Moose, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Having beaten Spain 3-1 in the quarter-final. No surprise, really, Lee Carsey. Largely names an unchanged side. Just the one change, and it was predicted Elliot Anderson to come in for Tyler Morton. So Beatles in goal. The back four is Livramento, Cresswell, Quanta and Hinshelwood. Scott and Anderson will hold in midfield with Elliot, Hutchison and McAtee playing just behind Jay Stansfield. As for Holland, they overcame Portugal 1-0 in the quarter-final. They've made 3 changes, but starting for them again are Aston Villa's fullback Ian Maatsen at right back, and also up front Stokes Miljan Manhoff. We get underway at 5 o'clock, and it is live on talkSPORT 2.
Good work, Moose. Thank you for that. Of course, we'll be keeping you up to date if you stay here. I hope you do stay here on talkSPORT, but if you go over to talkSPORT 2, you'll hear it live. But as I said, if you stay here, we'll keep you up to date with anything and everything as soon as it happens. Before we start today's show, just ever so briefly, I was looking through Instagram today, and I found that Monopoly have released a harder than usual edition.
Longer.
Is it longer? Oh, you know about this? Okay, longer.
No, you told me it was longer. Earlier.
Oh, well, okay. I didn't know if you were there when I was talking about it.
It was in the meeting.
No, I know, but I didn't know if you heard that bit, because then I was going to ask you about times you've played Monopoly, and also your favourite little colours, because this leads me down the what's your favourite little colour in Monopoly chat, right?
Like what street do you like to get? Or what?
Yeah. Because when I play, because I was looking at this thing on Instagram, and I was thinking, I mean, it takes forever to play anyway. I don't know too many players that have actually got to the end of a game of Monopoly. Do you?
Yeah. Saying? How long it takes?
I know. I don't know too many players that have sat playing Monopoly by the rules, by the letter of the law.
I don't know one person that's ever played Monopoly from start to finish without breaking a rule.
And also, by the way, a lot of people don't know all the rules. Okay,
no. So we make them up as well.
Yeah. Well, you're meant to make them up. About bartering, like, I'll tell you what, if I go round for the next 5 times and land on your if I give you Vine Street, I don't want to be, that's fine. You can't do that, I'll do what I want, right? But there's a couple of rules that I found out recently about. One was today, which I didn't even know. So the one I think everyone gets wrong is that, I didn't know this one, and that is if you're in jail, you can still claim the money if people land on your property.
If you're in the
rent. I didn't know that. So if you've got a couple of hotels on Mayfair, if I've got Mayfair, and I'm in prison, and you land on it, you still have to pay me. Yeah. I didn't know that. Yeah. The other one that a lot of people don't get is if you land on, like, Fleet Street, and you don't want to buy it.
You can't afford it.
We can bid. Me, Billy, and everyone else can bid for it. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's incredible. No, but there's some good rules. But do you know what? I mean, I love Monopoly. But I think the most nerve-wracking part of any game is when, if you haven't got any green, or if you haven't got Park Lane or Mayfair, and you haven't got Oxford Street, Bond Street, that green, and then I think it used to be purple, now it's blue. You know, if you haven't got any of those, and you're coming around that top yellow, you go past yellow, and you can,
the Piccadilly Circus,
and you know that green and blue
is coming.
You pray for go to jail, and you pray for super tax, or the train station. But even with the train station,
I've never bought the trains.
Yeah, I need the trains.
I wrote them down. I always bought Vine Street, Marylebone, and Bow.
Marylebone or Marleybone?
Marylebone.
Yeah.
Is it not Marylebone?
No.
Marylebone. Right. I think if you buy those 3, you win.
So do you know what I like to pick up? I like to pick up browns. You don't like?
Pardon?
No, but I like to pick up the brown.
You use a doggy bag for that.
As you come around, go.
Who are the browns? What, Old Kent Road and Whitechapel?
Yeah, man.
Mate. Nice wasting your time.
No, nice little burners, them. I like that.
No. Waste of time.
It's not waste of time.
Here's a question for you. We'll start the show with this question. Is Monopoly the greatest ever board game?
It's my favourite ever. But then I was talking about a game called Frustration. But I don't know if that counts as a board game, even though it's on a board-ish.
Yeah, but I can't get it out of the box. It drives me mad.
Oh, shut up. We've got that dome thing in the middle with the dice in it. You tap the top and you've got to get all your 4 pieces home.
Yeah, I didn't really play that.
Great game.
Do you play, is it War? You play that one?
No.
Where you got to lose to win or whatever it is.
I'm sorry, what?
You got to lose. It's like you quickest to lose wins it.
No, I've never played that.
Oh, okay. Is Monopoly the greatest ever?
It's my favourite.
Trivial Pursuit will be up there. All the questions about 1987, aren't they? We'll ask questions like that and more throughout today's show. And we'll also talk about, I'm actually doing you a favour, I'm prolonging, talk about your side. Arsenal have finished runners-up in the Premier League for the past 3 seasons in a row.
Consistency?
3. But with no major signings so far this summer, what on earth is going on at the Emirates?
It's been a remarkable season for Liverpool.
They've been allowed to win this trophy without getting out of second gear.
It just seems that Arsenal are dragging their feet a little bit in terms of getting the striker.
And listen, I don't want to diminish the achievements of Mikel Arteta to take Arsenal from where they were when he took over to where they are now, runners-up again in the Premier League.
Sport in its finest form is about winners and losers, and they're defined by those that win and those that lose.
I agree, but have they moved the needle at all?
Not in the league, they haven't, no.
Yes, despite a lot of talk, there's been no major transfer activity for the Gunners this summer. They've been heavily linked with Real Sociedad's Martin Zubimendi. Nothing's happened. Christian Norgard from Brentford in midfield. Right, and no number 9 as well. Right? So you've got Zubimendi, no. You've got no striker. Partey's leaving. Jorginho, I think he's already gone. And you've been linked to Norgard, and you've signed Kepa.
Potentially, yeah.
What's happening to your side? We're going to start with what on earth is happening to Arsenal?
No, it's just obviously patience.
Norgard.
I mean, the Norgard one's a surprise, but I mean, I would have kept Thomas Partey. I've said that so many times before. I thought he was Arsenal's best player last year, one of. I know people are going to go back to the Rick against PSG, but before that, I thought he was incredible. I would have kept him. The Norgard one's a surprise. If we talk about squad depth and maybe a cut price, I get that. Does he make Arsenal stronger? I don't think he does, because I think if you keep Partey, he's a lesser version of Partey. I know Jorginho's gone with watching him play in the Club World Cup. Zubimendi looks like it's pretty much done. He's just announcing the signing. Apparently, announcing the signing.
Where did you get apparently from?
Fabrizio.
Oh, okay, text you, did he?
Yeah, text me. So I think that's pretty much done.
Worrying times, though. And why are you wearing Kepa?
I mean, that's a surprise as well. But I do think the striker is, I'll feel a lot calmer once the striker is through the door.
Yeah.
Because at the minute I'm seeing reports I'm checking Fabrizio Romano's timeline every couple of minutes to see what's happening with the centre forward. Is it Gyökeres? Is it Šeško? Are we going to get one of them? Do you know what I mean? I'm hoping one comes through the door. So once that piece is in place, then it's right. Now we start adding. You add Zubimendi because of course Partey looks like he's going to go. So you need one of those.
Are you gutted Partey's going?
I'm gutted.
Yeah, I thought you would be.
Gutted. Because for so long, when it's him, Odegaard and Declan Rice, I like that three.
Looks
strong, big, powerful presences, nice balance in the middle of the park. You get rid of him and Jorginho's gone as well. And I like Zubimendi. I think he's technically a good player, but I'm looking for. I need to see what is going to come up against the Premier League.
Why do you think you haven't been heavily linked to a striker yet? Gyökeres?
Yeah, and Šeško.
But it's just paper talk, right? There's no sort of like.
I think there are conversations.
Like Man United and Buemo, right? You pick up, like this morning I pick up the paper, or last night it might have been, and Man United have gone back with another offer, right? So the wheels are in motion. Nothing.
No, I think conversations are happening between Šeško and...
Why do you think that?
Because that's what I've read. Same as that's what I've read.
I haven't read that.
I have read that.
Where did you read that?
Fabrizio. Text me.
Oh, mate, you got to stop reading
Fabrizio
daily.
Apparently there, but I think Gyökeres is quite a complicated one because of the situation with Sporting.
Okay, as in will he be allowed to leave?
Yeah, but just get one. Once the striker comes in, I'll feel a lot more confident about the scenario. I'm still confident, but here's
the thing: the later you leave it, right, not only that, the selling club can ask for a little bit more because they know you're desperate.
Yeah, but also as well, I'd like to get the striker in or the new players in. You know, Man City. I know Man City done it differently because they had the Club World Cup.
But they still do it.
Get the players in. Even Liverpool, then they're not in the Club World Cup. Get the players in early, integrate them in the squad.
That's so important.
Let them go and play, and then away you go.
Well, it's like with Buemo, right? Man United want the deal done. I think it's before July the 2nd, so you can go with them on pre-season tour.
Yeah,
that's so important, isn't it?
So important, really important. But I think for Arsenal, because it just feels like everyone else can see that they need that centre forward, and it's just taking a little bit longer than I'd like.
If you get a Zubimendi and Partey goes, you haven't really reinforced, have you?
Well, because we lost Jorginho as well.
That's what I'm saying. So you need more coming in.
You do, and that's why I definitely would have kept Partey. But
does Norgard not feel that gap?
He can do, but again, it's not. He's not Thomas Partey.
No,
I'm not even sure he's good. I know he's got more legs and he carries more of a goal threat than Jorginho.
But you're not a Norgard short of winning the Premier League, are you?
Exactly that. 100%.
Okay, you worried? Because I'm going to ask Arsenal fans to
I'm not worried, but I'd just like to see a striker come in.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, and 10 is panic, and it's the last day of the transfer window, and you've signed no one.
10.
That's 10.
Yeah, well, that would be a 10.
No. If I'm giving you a yardstick.
Okay.
If 10 is last day of the transfer window, you've still signed no one. That's 10. Panic. What number are you at the moment?
2, 3.
Oh, fine. You're not even started panicking yet.
I'm chilling.
Okay.
Just more disappointment with Partey going.
Okay. Arsenal fans, we're going to start off by talking about your club. Ben is at a 2 out of 10 at the moment for panic. Right? Okay at the moment.
Yeah, man.
But the fact you've got Pepper, Pepper?
Pepper, yeah. Salt and pepper.
What's his name?
Kepper.
Oh my!
Arrizabalaga.
Couldn't see the K. The fact you've got Arrizabalaga and Norgard has been heavily linked to
Vanted Pepper.
Salt and Pepper's going. Arsenal fans, you can phone up. You can be the Salt and Pepper of today's show. 3717223334. Are you worried about the lack of transfer activity at your club? You listen to Drive live on talkSPORT. Andy Goldstein Darren Bent and Motorpoint. Thousands of cars, all unbeatable prices. Guaranteed. Head to motorpoint.co.uk for details. Still to come, we'll be asking if Nicholas Jackson has played his way out of the Chelsea team. Just quickly, former England manager Sir Gareth Southgate formally received his knighthood at Windsor Castle early this afternoon. Would you like to be MBE'd, OBE'd? Does that bother you?
Not particularly, no.
Why? Why are you not interested in that?
Well, no, I'm just not.
That's your chances down the toilet, isn't it?
No, I wouldn't mind a bit. Maybe at night it would be nice.
All right, but you don't want to go to the MBE. You know,
What are you?
I've got an MBE.
Yeah.
But you don't.
But you haven't got an MBE. You actually, no, you have got
I
one.
do have an MBE. Yeah. Don't poo-poo it.
So you're awarded by the royal family, was you?
Well, it doesn't matter who awards it to you, it's whether or not you got it.
John down the street can't give it to you, can he?
Well, he sort of did. Adam and what's Steve? Sir Steve. Adam and Lana's announced his retirement from the professional game after making 569 club appearances for Southampton, Brighton, Liverpool, and Brighton. It's your mate, isn't he?
No, I don't.
I thought it was your mate when we went to Brighton that time. I thought you were having a little chat with him.
Yeah, I have a chat with him because we used to play, but I wouldn't say we're friends. But,
have you got his number?
I might do, but yeah, great player. I mean, I played against him at Southampton where it was him. I mean, they had a good team back then, but it was him, Rodriguez, Lambert. Phew, they caused damage that season when Southampton done. It might have been under Poch.
But they had probably was under Poch.
I think Schneidlin played for them as well. They had a really good
him, didn't we?
Nathaniel Klein. They had a really Wanyama. They had a really good team.
Who was their goalie then? Was it Foster? Was it?
Was it Fraser Foster? It might have been. Yeah.
Was it?
Might have been. But no, yeah, really good player.
We'll take your calls. What have you made of Arsenal's lack of activity in the transfer market? 03717 223344. Now, we have a fella that works for talkSPORT who's a mad Arsenal fan called Luke. And Luke's phoned up. I would imagine it's not him calling from the balcony.
It's
Hello,
so
Luke.
If it was.
Hello, gentlemen.
You don't work for talkSPORT, do you, Luke?
I don't, no. I work for a building company.
Okay. Luke, what's the greatest board game?
I'll take one, mate.
Say again?
Any job's going, I'll take one.
What can you do?
Anything. Sweep up, make the tea, coffee.
So you want Benny's job? What would you like to say, Luke?
Monopoly's the best one. Just about Arsenal transfers, obviously Benny says he's not worried at all. How can we not be worried when the two biggest rivals of ours are getting better and we're getting worse? If they go and sign Isaac this season as well, I think the whole league's in trouble, let alone just us.
The only thing is, look, a few people have commented and said that Arsenal not signing these players until after July the 1st because of PSR.
Yeah, that's rubbish. That's nonsense.
So I'm hoping that is the
That is
fact.
nonsense.
But right now I'm not panicking, but they need to start making a few signings for sure.
I mean, if you want them, go and get them. It's the mentality I look at it. It's standard us, isn't it? We get to a standard, we have how good we are, and then we just drop off. We've done it for years, we've lost. But personally, our best performing player last season, I think the only game he let us down was the second leg of the Champions League when he got suspended for the PSG game. Apart from that, I don't think he's done much wrong. So I think, standing here now, we're looking worse than we were than when we finished.
Yeah, I mean,
thanks, Luke.
It's a great. I mean, the Thomas Partey one is baffling. Why? I'm guessing it's coming down to finances. That's what usually why moves break down. But he was vital.
The thing you said about PSR, though, I think that's nonsense. Well, it's like saving it for like the tax year, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll do the deal now, but first payment will be in 3 months' time, 2 months' time, 6 weeks, whatever.
Yeah, but they might. Yeah, again, maybe that. But again, I'm not panicking yet. But I want to see some real quality coming into the building. Like Arsenal again. I mean, they were linked to Noni Madueke. He's another one I've been seeing linked to.
Like, you don't want him at the club.
No, I'd rather keep Martinelli and Saka.
Yeah, I agree.
You've got Wanyeri there as well.
Yeah, Rory's an Arsenal fan. Rory.
Hello there, guys. How are you doing?
Oh, great, man. How are you today? You right? You well?
I'm good. I'm enjoying your show as always, guys. It's very good.
Well, that's kind. What do you do for a living, Rory?
I'm an event manager in the horse riding world.
In the horse riding world?
Oh, yeah.
What events would you arrange then? Like an afternoon of polo?
We do similar to polo. It's called stunt racing, where you're kind of hopping on and off your horses at high speed. It's sort of an adrenaline-fueled kind of a question sport.
I mean, I'm telling you, that's something you'd never catch me doing.
That's something like Indiana Jones would do, right?
Yeah. I mean, you get it at all these kind of big shows and stuff, and it's a bit crazy. Sometimes we are ourselves, but that's part of the job.
Okay, you sound very posh, very well spoken. I like that.
I try.
We all try.
I wouldn't mind going to one of these events, Rory.
Oh, hold on.
Seeing someone jump off a horse at high speed.
Yeah, me too, Rory. Can we go?
You can come along. We're at Dallas Burton Polo Club in 3 weeks. Come along and have a watch, guys.
Oh, what day's that?
Where?
Dallas Burton. It's near the Midlands, near Southern, which is not too far from Leamington.
Oh my goodness, that's around the corner for me.
Oh my! What day of the week is that?
Saturday, Sunday, 12th, 13th July.
Oh, Benny, look at his face.
Yeah, that's around the corner for me, though.
Yeah, you definitely got one of us. You're an Arsenal fan, Roy. What would you like to say about your club?
I am indeed, and I'm really chill, guys. I think we've, since Arteta's come in, we've come from basically nearly getting, that season where we nearly got relegated. We've come all the way back. We're now second. Him and his team done a wonderful job. So I'm pretty laid back and chill.
Sorry, who's done a wonderful job?
Mikel Arteta and his team.
Wonderful.
Yeah, wonderful.
If you win the Premier League, I'd say that's wonderful.
I think it's brilliant what hit him in his season. I absolutely love him. I think it's brilliant.
Okay, let me ask you this. Brilliant and wonderful, and he's not won the league. What words would you use to describe him if you do win the league?
Out of this world. Even when I've kind of half expected it the last few seasons when we've been so close, I'd still be absolutely buzzing over the moon if we'd won the league. Christ. Yeah.
So you're not worried whatsoever that you'll be linked to Norgard, Kepa's come in, and the likes of Thomas Partey are leaving, and Jorginho?
I'm a little bit gutted about Partey because he had a solid season for us, but on the other side of things, he's been injured nearly every other season, so we've got to remember that. No, I think we've got to sign 5 or 6 players. We've got to be quite careful how we spend this cash. So I think taking our time a bit isn't the worst thing in the world to try and make sure we get the right players in within the budget that we got, kind of thing.
Okay, Roy, thanks for calling. Got a Gary Arsenal fan. Hi, Gaz.
Hello there, Andy. I'll have a job, Andy, if you give me one.
What can you do? Sell yourself to me.
Well, if you can do it, then anybody can do it.
Very good point.
Gary, I love that.
Good point.
And it really, I mean, Mr. Don't go to games, but don't go to games.
I'll tell you one thing you've got to learn. Don't insult the host. That's something you've got to learn quickly, Gary.
Well, yeah, but no one gives it to you if you get away with murders, mate.
Why do you want me to be giving it?
Well, you do. You're winging it. When was the last time you actually went to see Man United play?
When I was working for them. I used to go most weeks.
Oh, so you was paid to go, not paid to go.
Do you listen? Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. Would you be paid to go to Arsenal?
Yeah, I'll pay.
No. That's what I asked. Would you rather be paid to go to Arsenal or pay them?
No, because I'm a fan, to be honest.
No, but what would you rather? They phone you up, Gary, and they go, all right, Gaz, because you're such a loyal fan, we're going to pay you now to come to us, or you can carry on paying. What would you choose?
I want to go because I want to have my say. I want to put my money into the club because that gives me an opinion because
you can still have your opinion.
Yeah, but you can't really if you don't put money in. If you're not spending nothing, sitting at home on your settee, then really it don't matter whether you win or lose because you don't move.
Gary, how many people does the Emirates hold? How many people does the Emirates hold?
60,000.
Okay. Are you suggesting that only 60,000 Arsenal fans across the world, 8 billion people, only 60,000 are allowed their say, judging by Gary's rules?
No, not at all, really. But what I'm trying to say is he's a proper day-to-day fan. Gets a feeling for it, where sitting on TV, you don't get no feeling for it.
Okay. Well, go on then. You've got feeling for it. What do you want to say, Gary?
What I was going to say was people going mad about this window, but we're trying to sign a bit of quality, and quality only comes a lot of the time at the end of a window. So people want to sign anybody and everybody early just to please the media and please fans. We're getting rid of Partey because he wants £200,000 a week. So why not get rid of him, free up some wages, and bring on probably the boy at Brentford for 60 grand a week or 80 grand a week?
Do you know what, Gary?
I'm for a second keeper. $5 million.
With the Norgard one, I'm just worried about the drop off because Jorginho's going, Partey's going. That's where I'm a little bit like, But listen, he's been a great servant for Brentford. He's been fantastic. Gary came in here.
I just get so bored of that argument.
Gary came in here looking for violence.
Didn't he?
Didn't
he?
I feel that.
No. You can't. Listen. Here's my rules about football. Here's my rules.
He's rattled you.
Yes. No, I'll tell you what it is.
Tell the truth, is he rattled you?
I'll tell you what
sweating.
It is. No. I'll tell you what it is. Listen.
Can we get a single?
Hold on. I hate ignorant fans, right? Here's the thing. You don't need to support the club that you're closest to, right? You're growing up in a world now where there's so much aggro in the world. If you want to support a team the other side of the world and it makes you happy, support them. If you can't get to that club, it doesn't matter. If you're not in the comfort of your own home, it doesn't matter. I just think that's such an archaic view, isn't it?
You're rattled. I
just get bored.
Your head's sweating.
No, I'm sweating. I'll tell you what I'm sweating. Right. What have you done?
I touched it.
You're such a liar.
It's 19 degrees.
You're swearing your kid's life.
I swear my kid's life. So
you're such a liar.
Have a look.
You're such a liar.
So that's how I know you're rattled. You never swear. Usually you're chilled. Your face is like... Go on, Gary.
Go on, Gary. I'm not rattled at all. But the fact that I say I'm not rattled means you're rattled, right? So okay, you know I'm rattled. Yeah, you're right.
Shout out Brett Rodgers, he had me rattled. Remember when he first came on?
I'm not rattled by him. I'm just.
I wish I get.
I'm not sweating.
Finish him.
Block Gary. More from me and Betty after this Love and Drive and talkSPORT.
It could be a Barcelona dream for Marcus Rashford. As we understand, the Spanish Giants are eyeing a temporary move for the United forward. But Gabby Agbonlahor thinks it's going to be tough for Rashford to even break into that team.
You've got Yamal on that right-hand side. You could have Nico Williams, who that guy looks like he's going to go through on the left. You could probably have Lewandowski down the middle, and behind him Rafinha. Look at Aston Villa. He wasn't guaranteed to start. He only played 10 Premier League games. He got 2 goals and 2 assists in them 10 games, but he wasn't guaranteed to start. So Barcelona definitely won't be.
Liam Delap is off the mark for Chelsea, bagging his first goal in blue against ES Tunis at the Club World Cup. Former Chelsea fullback Scott Minto reckons the new number 9 could help bring out the best from his competition.
He can become that number 1 first of all, then he can have the good season and you know, wrestle his way into the senior squad, and actually he could well make Nicholas Jackson a better player as well, just by that competition.
And after England roared to a second highest ever run chase against India, Double Ashes winner Steve Harmison says the proactivity of Ben Stokes' side paid off.
India will kick themselves thinking, how on earth have we lost that game with the positions we've been in? And even 350 to get on the last day. There was only one team proactive. There was only one team, I thought, trying to win that game. I thought India were trying to were waiting on mistakes from England.
Quiet, isn't it? Put a bit more bass on it. There you go, John. Top work. Strong talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. Do you want me to read this and then you can have your little...
No, I'm not going to laugh at you.
Still to come, we're asking the former Burton Albion loanee Darren Bent how seriously the British clubs are taking the Club World Cup. Go on, what do you want to say?
No, just wondering how you are in that now. You're rattled, aren't you? And you can't see.
No, I tell you, I'm okay. All jokes aside, right? I'm not rattled, but it's the. I tell you what, it annoys me when I listen to the radio and I hear someone say to a journalist, "What do you know? You never played at the highest level." It's the same argument. It's like it's so boring, right? The amount of football we all watch, not me, not you, everyone here at talkSPORT, football fans, we watch, right? The fact that that fella or another fella or another goes to a game and pays his money every when I'm spending time with my family, I'm doing whatever. It's like I've heard it so many times. It's so boring. That's all I was going to say.
You're right, aren't you? He got you, innit? If you just admit he got to you.
Well, no, you don't go every week, right?
No, I don't go every week, no. But
so do you know what I mean?
I've been a lot in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I've been a lot in the last, but it doesn't matter.
But if you just
it doesn't matter, right?
Did he rattle you, Gary?
No, of course he didn't rattle. But the thing is, it's such a poor argument to have, isn't it?
Just a minute. Did he rattle you a little bit?
No.
So he's not bothered you one bit?
Tiny bit. No, I just think it's a weak argument. I'm just getting bored of it. It's almost on the same level as you should support your local team. And I get the argument, but my view is support what you want. If it makes you happy in life, it don't matter.
I've worked with you a long time now.
Yeah.
And you always calm and composed regardless.
I am calm and composed.
You're not, mate.
Shut! What are you talking?
Look.
Yeah, because I'm going to smash your face in a minute.
In the break, I've never heard you swear so much.
Okay.
Did you swear in the break? Just add it to the yes or no.
Yeah, but not at that. At something else.
Oh, you're going to sit and lie again on national radio.
No, I may have said to the producer, make sure Gary's blocked, whatever.
Let Gary come on tomorrow.
I didn't say I'm joking. But
if Gary comes on tomorrow, he'll be happy.
Let's come on, everyone. I don't mind.
Shout out, Gary.
But all I'll say is, Gary or anyone, have a little bit of respect when you come on. All right?
Not rattled, though.
See, if you're listening, by the way, for the people upstairs, that's why we need our
Ratty
fighters.
McPherson,
That's what. Ratty McPherson.
It's just funny, though.
Should we move on?
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, yeah.
Very good.
Former England manager Gareth Southgate was knighted earlier today by King Charles at Windsor Castle. Sir Gareth opened up on managing the Three Lions, saying he does not miss carrying the weight of the job. He went on to say, it's a little bit strange watching the team, but also I'm not missing it. I think it's hard to describe because until that weight's gone, you don't necessarily realise just on a day-to-day basis, every hour of my day was thinking about how do I make England better, what's happening with the players, how do we do things differently. Let's have a little chat about Sir Gareth, shall we? Sir Gareth Southgate. Firstly, what do you make of people in football getting knighted?
Do you know what? It's a weird one because with Gareth's situation, it's so it's weird because you get knighted, right, for being doing something really outstanding in sport or charity, or do you know what I mean? So certain things that make sense to me, things like that. The David Beckham one doesn't make sense because he's done so much for his country. I remember him being front and centre, helping us get the Olympics, things like that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Lewis Hamilton, 7 world titles, makes sense, right? It does make sense. I mean, he's equalled the record, the best ever. Right?
I've just got a problem with if you do your job, will you get knighted?
No, but come on. But he's representing England, so he deserves that.
Well, he's English, so yeah, of course he's representing England.
With Gareth, he did
what did he do?
That's my point. I know what he did in terms of...
I don't want to poo-poo his knighthood the day he's got it, or the day after he's got it.
Uniting the nation.
He did that.
Making people believe in the England national team.
He did that, I'll give you that.
But ultimately, he didn't quite get us to where we wanted to get to, which was
he's not got it for services for football. He's got it for services to the country, right? And so he has
So what else has he done for the country other than being the manager?
No, but he's reunited us, hasn't he?
Yeah, so you get for that.
No, okay.
But no, fair play to him.
Poo-pooing the United, are you?
No, I'm not.
Don't let Gary say that. He might be patriotic.
Nah, Gary.
The lunatic.
Oh, so he's still talking about the fan?
I said, don't let Gary say that. He might be patriotic.
Listen,
Gary can phone up. Let's get Gary back on before the hours. Gary, if you're listening, we'll finish our conversation. 0371.
Someone's put again, rattled. See,
but here's the thing. When you look at me, when you say to someone rattled, I either go like this, okay, and then you go, oh, you got you, or you argue it, and then you're more rattled.
You're bringing them up in a conversation that doesn't need to happen.
But that was for your entertainment.
Okay, well, I'm entertained. But no, for Gareth...
I'm more rattled by you now than him.
For fair play to Gareth.
Punch your face.
But I need to know what the criteria is, but he's done a great job for England. I think now, after seeing what Thomas Tuchel's done in a really short space of time, and you look at what Gareth did, I think there are a lot of people... I'm still believing Thomas Tuchel, and I still think he's the right man to take England to win the next World Cup, even though I don't think we will win it, but I think he's the right coach to do it.
Yeah.
But when you look at how Gareth got us playing, and certain questions that he had to answer, and the way the team played, I am a little bit like, maybe we gave him a too rough of a ride.
Yeah, I think we did. But that's because the expectation level was so high.
I don't know why, though. I never understand why.
Because I think that group of players we had was so close to being one of the most perfect England 11s.
Maybe, yeah.
And there were little moments where it was like, Jack Grealish must play, or, who's going to start on the left, or why is he playing that player on the right?
Yeah.
Harry Kane's not fully fit. Why are you playing him? There were so many tiny little tweaks that we as football fans thought we could have actually made to make England better because we were on the cusp of it.
And he got us right there. So, but fair play to him. If you get a knighthood, you can never question it, but fair play to him.
Yeah. Right, time now for this.
Oi, what you got in your boot, mate? £50 million? You having a bubble?
Matthias Cunha scores from a corner.
Have that one for free, mate. Been trying to flog it for years.
And Bruno Fernandes has popped home the free kick.
Anyone for a new centre forward?
Low ball in towards Delap. He's tucked it in.
Bride's car boot sale is now open. You mugs.
Yes, this is our daily transfer feature, Drives Car Boot Sale, where each day we'll be exploring who's picking up a bargain, who's getting ripped off. Right, let's see what's first out the boot today.
Here's Gyökeres trying to get in behind, outpacing the young defender. Right-footed shot into the corner, and Gyökeres has scored.
So, what was the key change?
Was that going into the boot?
What on earth was that meant to be? Is that for Jack's done that, is he?
What does it sound like he's on a sleigh?
I don't know, because Jack's got too much time on his hand. Victor Gyökeres is reportedly considering a drastic action in his bid to force a move from Sporting. The Swede has a release clause of £85 million, but his agent has claimed that Sporting would accept around 60 for the striker due to a supposed gentleman's agreement. I mean, why are you doing a gentleman's agreement? We all know how football works.
Yeah, the guys just got over 50 goals. There's no way they were going to go, 60 million, we'll let you go.
No way, yeah. Don't forget the 25 million. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, no, that was never going to happen. So I do feel for him in a situation because he's a little bit stuck at the minute because if Sporting go, well, listen, unless Arsenal pay 85 million, 90 million, and Arsenal don't, he's stuck. And then he has to go and play back in front of those fans, know that he doesn't want to be there. So it's an awful situation for him. But I think it will get resolved. It's one of them where, of course, it's not ideal at the minute. A little bit of war of the words between the two sides. But ultimately, Sporting don't want to keep a player that doesn't want to be there. And also, you don't want to miss out on the chance of getting a lot of money. Because I think someone will pay 70 for it. I think someone will pay 70 for it.
Do you?
Yeah.
But we're not sure about him, are we?
We're not, but someone around across Europe will.
Okay. Are we in short supply number 9s at the moment? Good ones.
Yeah.
We are, aren't we?
Yeah. Well,
that pushes the price up.
Exactly, because it feels like at one point there was loads across the whole of Europe. There was loads.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it feels like there's when you talk about top level, that's still, I'd say, in their pomp. I can only think of about 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And I don't watch all the leagues all the time, but when you talk about that top level, the ones that jump off the page to me are people like Kane, obviously.
You put Lewandowski still in that?
But he's older now.
No, I know. That's what I'm asking. Do you still put him on
He's
that?
still top drawer, but you're not going to guarantee.
Did you have him?
Arsenal?
Yeah.
For a couple of years?
Yeah.
Yeah, too right, I would.
How old is he? 36?
Must be 35, 36.
Yeah.
But you've got people like Osherman,
too right.
Harry Kane, Isaac. Do you know what I mean? Haaland. They're 4 that I go, okay, are they that top drawer? Then he's like, okay, what else is about?
Okay. Finally, let's see what else is in that boot.
Slips it through. Ngala's suddenly free inside the area, and he scored! Nottingham Forest lead at Stamford Bridge. Brilliant strike from Anthony Elanga.
I need Jack to explain what on earth dangling keys are meant to be. Nottingham Forest have rejected a bid from Newcastle worth about £45 million for Anthony Elanga. What have you made of the way he's been, he reinvented himself really since leaving my club, United?
Yeah, he's a good player. I mean, it's the pace, the energy, perfect for Newcastle on that right-hand side as well because they're quite left side heavy. I know Murphy's done really well on that side, but the other side you've got Harvey Barnes and Anthony Gordon as well. You put Elanga, you've got 4 there, and Elanga this season for Nottingham Forest was, when he gets going, dynamic.
That style of play, right?
Yeah.
He's got to go to a team that has that style of play as well.
Yeah, where they attack with pace, energy, and you add him into that front line as well. I can understand why Newcastle are going after him, but 45 million for someone who's had a season like he's had, it's a bit cheap.
Do you think so?
Yes, well, he's got more than that.
Yeah, but why would... I suppose he'd leave Forest just to... If you've got Champions League football, you can do that straight away, aren't you? When we come back at 5 o'clock, we'll be asking what winning the Club World Cup would mean to you as football fans. Danny Murphy basically has poo-pooed the competition, saying he's not watching it whatsoever. I have ranked my competitions in order. So, for argument's sake, you've got in there, number 1 for me is Champions League, then the Prem, and then the list continues. I've thrown in, this is not the order, but I've thrown in, of course, League Cup, FA Cup, Europa, Club World Cup and Conference. So we'll be asking where you rank, Bent is doing it now, the Club World Cup. You can phone up and tell me what you make of the competition so far. 03717 223344. Listen to Drive Live and talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, Motor Point, new car, same day drive away. Available on all cars. Book a test drive today. Still to come. We'll be asking how seriously the top clubs are taking the Club World Cup as we approach the last 16. Just quickly, Arsenal are set to complete the signing of Chelsea goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga late this week. Well done.
You take him at your club. He's better than ours.
I still think Brentford paying, $12.5 million for Kelleher is
incredible.
Bargain of the season for a goalkeeper. That's no money.
Kepa. That's the new bargain.
Awful.
He's better than Onana, though.
I don't think he is, actually. I don't think he is.
No, he is,
I
mate.
think they're both bad.
Okay, but he's less bad.
No, he's not better.
I think he is. He was better last year.
He's not, mate.
Who's better last year?
I don't think he was, actually.
For Bournemouth, he wasn't better.
I don't think he was.
No, you know he's better. Don't muck around.
Honestly.
Don't muck around. Come on.
Oh, you rattled, didn't you? I've got you rattled.
Yeah, see.
Oh, don't bite.
I won't bite.
Don't bite.
Keep him trying.
Oh, he's done it. He's bit. See, he's horrible, and there's nothing you can do about it.
No, he's rattled.
The reunion, shut your face. The reunion of the century is just around the corner, and we're giving you the chance to win a pair of Oasis tickets in Manchester on July the 19th. Yes, you heard that right. Oasis Live 25 is sold out, but talkSPORT can get you in, and that's not all. Alongside the tickets, we'll put you up for a night in a hotel and put $5,000 in your back pocket, completely tax-free. Listen up right now for everything you need to know and how to enter.
Alright, kid. You have to be over 18 to enter in the UK, excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win a pair of tickets to the most electrifying rock and roll reunion of the century, a hotel stay, and $5,000 spending money, all you gotta do is text the word Oasis to 83338 by Monday the 7th of July at 11 p.m. and you'll be entered into the draw to go supersonic this summer. Sorted. Right, here's all the legal stuff. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. You've got to have the bill payer's permission or post your name and number to Oasis Prize Draw, P.O. Box 3190, Colchester, CO2 8GP, to arrive by 5 p.m. on the 10th of July. This is a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full T's and C's at talksport.com.
I was listening to the breakfast show this morning. Brazil had to do a link into that competition and said that made me laugh out loud. He said, finally, after 30 years, Goldstein's hair is finally in style.
Is it comfy, is he?
No, in a nice way. He didn't cover me at all. It was very...
Wait, after 30 years,
well, he's saying, finally, my hair's now in fashion.
Yeah, because he's saying for the last...
No, I know. I get the joke, but it was a night. No, it wasn't... I didn't get offended by it.
Everyone today just punching your head off.
No, it wasn't.
Do you know what? I don't like it.
No,
I've got your back.
No, listen, he wasn't punching my head over. He said some very nice things about our show.
Yeah.
All right? So it was a funny... It made me laugh. I'm saying it made me laugh.
Okay, nice. But if I said about your jacket, I find that jacket's in fashion.
What's wrong with the jacket?
What am I implying?
No, you're missing the point.
No, but answer that question.
Yeah, but the way he said it made me laugh.
He's rattled.
For God.
Everyone just punching you up, man.
I'm not rattled.
Remember, I am Team Goldstein.
I'll tell you, if that Gary wants to phone back, I've got a question for him. I'll put him back in his
I am Team Goldstein.
It didn't sound like it. Do you know what, actually? I've got a bone to pick with you, right?
I'm not the enemy.
I'll tell you what, we'll do this chat in a minute, right?
Hey, I'm not the enemy.
I've got a bone to pick with you. You weren't backing me up at all. I'm very disappointed in you, all right?
Wait.
Put your phone down.
The amount of times
No.
people come on this show and punch my head off.
No, it never happens. You never get your head punched off.
Oh, first of all, me and Brett Rogers, even though shout out Brett Rogers.
Yeah, but that's funny. Brett Rogers is harmless.
There was a guy called... I think
Here we go. It's all about you now, is it?
There was a guy called... Was he named Kyle?
Don't know.
Maybe, but I think it was...
Jeremy Carr upstairs.
No, it was either a United or Southampton.
Right.
He come for me, nothing. I was taking...
Yeah, but I don't... But when the call's over, I don't then go doubly after you like you've done.
I was taking body blows.
Rattled.
Nah.
Well, I'd never let that happen to you.
At the minute, you're getting haymakers.
No.
I'm here with you, though.
You're not
You're
here.
my guy.
No, absolute nonsense.
Shout out Goldstein, my guy.
I'll tell you what, if anything, I've found out about you. Gary's done me a favour. I've found out, when I go up later and they go, listen, new deal, obviously it's on the table. Yeah. Bentley, and I go, do you know what, actually? No.
Oh, I've got your back, don't worry.
No, you haven't. You've let yourself down there.
I haven't.
Gary, unknown to you, has done me a huge favour. I've found out who my friends are.
Gary? Shout out Gary.
No.
Gooner. You deserve that, actually. Everything you said about Arsenal.
What?
Everything you said about Arsenal, Gary deserves to be.
That's what it is. I've got his back up. That's what it is. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I've got his back
and
up
rightly
first.
so.
Yeah.
So you deserve the body blows.
Oh, I see. Okay, like that, is it? Yeah. I thought you'd defend me. I thought
Well, you know what? You've just ruined that yourself.
I've ruined what myself?
Shout out Alan Brazil as well. He's right about the 30 years.
No, that's what I'm saying. I like the Brazil joke.
Okay, nice.
Shall we move on?
No, listen, I'm fine. You're the one who's...
It doesn't sound like you. It sounds like you're round. I think we've got time to talk about Chelsea. We have only a couple of minutes. And Nicholas Jackson, the striker, has been sent off twice in his last 4 appearances for the Blues, including in last Friday's 3-1 defeat to Flamengo in the World Cup. That left the door open for new signing Liam Delap to open his account in Chelsea's 3-0 win over their opponents last night.
Who's the opponents? I can't remember.
Esperante. It doesn't matter.
No, but you're flying a plane. I need to know the exact name of the team.
Well, that's not the location where we're landing. All right? Esperance. Do you see his goal? I thought it was a brilliant goal.
Beautiful goal. Good strength, good touch.
That tells me, right, and I've never played at the highest level, but that tells me how confident he is because he's straight past the ball into net. And usually, strikers just absolutely blast it, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, first of all, it's a lovely little ball from Enzo, but it's the strength, holds off the defender, and then inside, and it's all in one movement, just rolls it. I mean...
Could have done better. I was right by his left foot.
I mean, he's in no man's land, the keeper.
Why? Because his weight's on his right?
Because I think... No, when I say he's in no man's land, he's not on his line. He's not come out to kind of close the angle down for Liam Delap. He just stood there. So there's a big old gap. Like, when he comes inside, it's a lovely touch from Liam, and he just strokes it in.
Liam?
Because look at the goalkeeper. He's nowhere to be seen. He's just standing there. But listen, great goal. I'm not taking
great finish. Can you read anything into that when you see a striker at a new club finish like that? Doesn't put his head down and smash it. He just strokes it into the net.
Yeah, but we know how good he is anyway, Liam. And I'm excited to see what he does this year because I think he's in.
Do you think he's going to go to the World Cup?
Yeah, I do.
So do I. Because
we don't know who's number 2.
Well, that's what I was going to say. We lack strikers.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's going to be a straight race between Solanke, Ollie Watkins, Ivan Toney. He's going to be in the discussion.
I don't think Ivan Toney's going to go.
I don't know, you know.
I think you call him up, you give him 2 minutes over 2 games. That's nonsense.
No, I don't know.
You think he's going to?
I hope so. I like Ivan. He's different.
I know you changed your view on him now. You've seen his fun life.
No, I've always. Do you want me to try and get him on? Yeah.
You don't know Ivan Toney.
Okay, I don't.
You would have got him before.
I have for the boot room. Anyone listen to that great show?
Anyone?
He came on the show.
Why? How did you get him on?
Because I know him.
You don't know him.
Okay.
Why do your paths cross?
Just from being out and about.
Like, you see him where, do you?
Yeah.
Where?
Down the local paddle courts.
Not anymore, you don't. He probably owns a paddle court. When we come back, we're going to ask you to phone up, tell us what you make of the Club World Cup, and also Bentley and I have ranked our competitions from top to bottom, domestic ones for clubs, Champions League, Premier League, League Cup, Europa League, FA Cup. Stick them all in a hat and tell me what's 1 to 7. 03717 223344. If you win the Club World Cup, how big an achievement is it?
It's officially Sir Gareth Southgate. The former England manager received his knighthood at Windsor Castle, recognition for his services to football.
I have to say I was more emotional than I thought I might be, and I think partly to be able to bring the parents with me as well, and my wife, who at different stages of my life have been incredible supports. An amazing honour. Grateful to the help of so many people for being here, and it was a very special day.
It could be a Barcelona dream move for Marcus Rashford, as we understand the Spanish giants are eyeing a temporary move for the United forward. But will there even be a place for him in the side?
Yamal on that right-hand side. You could have Nico Williams, who that guy looks like he's going to go through on the left. You could probably have Lewandowski down the middle, and behind him Rafinha. Look at Aston Villa. He wasn't guaranteed to start, so Barcelona definitely won't be.
Elsewhere, Crystal Palace's place in Europe may have been boosted by Lyon's relegation from the French top flight over finance issues. The club is owned by now former Palace shareholder John Textor. Lyon are appealing, and Simon Jordan's questioned the credibility of the sanction.
What we normally see when a club's in absolute disarray is people don't get paid. I'm not hearing that about Lyon. I'm not hearing the players are not being paid and all this sort of stuff. So clearly they're meeting some sort of obligations, because we see it in this country. We see Sheffield Wednesday not paying their wages. We see Reading. We see other people in leagues.
That's a fair point.
And all of a sudden they get sanctioned because they're not able to meet the obligations. And that gives you... These guys have got debt. And they seem to be able to pay their way.
And after we heard this on breakfast yesterday...
No, there's not a captain.
No.
I'm sorry. You need a captain who's going to lead by example.
Former Australia skipper David Campese singing the praises somewhat of Lions captain Maro Itoje. Today, front row for the tourist Pierre Schoeman has given his reply.
He's probably one of those guys that you respected, playing against him, but it went even through the roof, breaking glass ceilings of the reality of how great leader he is. He's just in a class of his own, and I love spending time with him. I know everyone does. I can't speak highly enough of him. He's a great leader.
The Lions play the Western Force in Perth on Saturday. There's more online at talkSPORT.com.
Welcome back to our number 2 driver talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent here, everyone. He's here, yeah. Still to come, we'll be asking whether it ever makes sense to say no to Real Madrid. But now, England under-21s there in European Championship action against the Netherlands. You can listen to that one in 4 over on talkSPORT 2. Watching for talkSPORT is the Moose, Ian Abrahams. We are 3 minutes into the game, Moose. Any news?
Yeah. No, England 0 and Holland 0, but England are coming forward at the moment with Harvey Elliott, who's going on the outside and crossed it all the way across the box. Shot comes in as well, and it was well saved by the Dutch goalkeeper. 33-degree heat in the National Stadium in Bratislava, so it's a really hot afternoon for England, who are favourites, narrow favourites to go through, but they'll have to overcome Holland and also the heat as well. That early shot saved by the goalkeeper. England 0, Holland 0. The game live on talkSPORT 2.
Good work as always, Moose. Yes, it is. You can either go over there and listen to it, or you can stay here, and as soon as anything happens, we'll keep you up to date. Now we're 11 days into the Club World Cup as we approach the last 16, but does winning it really mean anything?
32 teams. You have teams from Africa, teams from Asia, South America. They're all going to be competing to win this amazing brand new tournament.
Comes back to the edge of the box and drilled home by Ryan Cherki for his first Manchester City goal.
I want to do it best. I want to arrive in the last stages. I want to desperately. That's the truth.
I don't really get the tournament. I don't quite understand the point, apart from FIFA making some money out of it.
Are our European players, especially the Brits, are they really that keen on giving it 100% and winning every game and winning it? I'm not sure they are.
Yeah, it's been a mixed old start for the Club World Cup in the United States. Plenty of players and managers, including Enzo Maresca and Jude Bellingham, have been critical of the conditions that they've been asked to play. And the former England and Liverpool midfielder, the Smurf Danny Murphy, was with White and Jordan earlier on today and revealed how much of the tournament he's watched so far.
I haven't watched any.
What?
You know how much I love my football, but no, I just can't get into it.
Why?
Well, because it's... You haven't watched any of it? Well, watching games with half-empty stadiums is tedious anyway. It's boiling hot. The tempo's not great, apart from the South American teams who are A, used to playing in it, and B, in the middle of their season. So that in itself makes it somewhat ridiculous. You've got teams playing who are in the middle of the season. You've got groups of players from Europe who are having a bit of a jolly up because they've got to be there, don't really want to be there.
If Liverpool were in it, you'd be watching it.
Only if the new players were playing, so have a look at them. But no, I'm not. I've got no interest.
I think a lot of football fans feel like that. I don't think it's because their club's not in it. I think it's just because at the moment it's very difficult, I think, to get A, interested in a brand new competition, and B, until we get down to the last 16, the last 8, when it becomes a little bit exciting and you've got proper clubs in it.
Yep.
There's no real reason to get too excited or carried away with it. You've watched a lot of games. What are you made of it?
I've enjoyed it. Like, I can only speak for personal preference, and I get it. Some people don't like it. Some people think it's come to along of the end of a long season, which I understand. The players are not fresh. Some of the players look like they're desperate for a break, and I fully understand that. Maybe some of the games as well, the quality hasn't quite been what you'd expect, not just because of the players, but because of the temperature as well. It's too hot.
Yeah.
But I've really enjoyed it. I've loved seeing teams come from America all over the globe to kind of compete in these tournaments. I've enjoyed it, but I like it. And if I was a player and I won it, I'd be over the moon that I've won it.
Would you really?
Yeah, I would, yeah.
So I've ranked in front of me, I've got the top 7 competitions you can play in as a player at a club level, right? And I've ranked them in order of importance.
Okay, cool.
Okay, this is for me. So 1, I put Champions League top of everything. This is me as a player.
Yeah.
I'd rather win the Champions League than the Premier League.
Okay, cool.
So I've got Champions League, Premier League. Then I've gone straight for FA Cup. I love that.
Yep.
Europa League. 5th is League Cup. Then I've gone Club World Cup, and then I put Europa Conference League at the bottom. So it's 6 out of 7 for me.
So I've gone 1 Premier League, because 2 Champions League. They're the top. They're 1 and 2. Right?
Yeah.
The reason why I've put Premier at the top, because I think that's your bread and butter. 38 games. Listen, Steven Gerrard, Jamie Carragher, legends, world-class players, fantastic. Always get ridiculed for not winning the Prem, even though they won the Champions League.
But do you not think that's a Liverpool thing rather than a Gerrard thing or a Carragher thing?
Well, I don't know, but I would always go Prem first.
Okay.
Then Champions League. Then I've gone Europa, because you get into the Champions League.
Sorry, Europa's 3rd?
Yeah, because you get into the Champions League. So the character that is...
above the FA Cup, yeah?
Yes, it's huge.
Okay.
Then I've gone Club World Cup at 4th.
You put the Club World Cup above the FA Cup? That is disgusting, Benny.
Then FA Cup.
I don't believe that.
I've got then FA Cup. Then I've gone League Cup, and then Conference last.
I don't believe that you would actually rather win the Club World Cup than the FA Cup. I don't believe you. You're changing it, aren't you?
I'm thinking FA Cup, lift it up, Club World Cup. No, I'm sticking with the Club World Cup.
I don't think you are.
No, I am. I'm sticking with the Club World Cup.
I just don't believe anyone would ever say that.
Well, I have done.
Wembley, FA Cup final. Bentley scores the winner.
Real Madrid, Club World Cup final.
No, but you're playing for Real Madrid now.
No, against Real Madrid, I'm saying.
All right.
Club World Cup for the first one ever. Huge tournament. Yeah, give me that.
Really?
Yeah. What? Club World Cup?
Yeah.
World Cup.
Over the FA Cup, a tournament. It's the oldest cup tournament in the world.
I love the FA Cup, domestic, but rather than the Club World Cup.
Wow, I'm stunned at that. I'm absolutely...
I'd rather be the best team in the world.
It's not the best team in the world, though, is it?
I'm just being facetious, but you get what I mean.
Well, not really. I don't get what you mean, because a competition that's so established like the FA Cup, the history behind it, the great names that have lifted up that...
I love the FA Cup, but you're asking me, I like the Club World Cup. I've enjoyed it.
So Club World Cup for you is what, 4th?
4th.
You go Premier League, Champions League, Europa League.
Club World Cup, FA Cup, League Cup, Conference.
I put FA Cup, Europa and League Cup above them.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Should we go to the phone lines, find out what people think? 03717
If the Europa didn't carry the Champions League carrot, it's a different conversation. But it does, so that has to come into it.
Fair enough. All right, let me ask you this. Whatever one you win, you leave that club at the end of the season. Whatever one you win, you leave that club at the end of the season.
So if I win the Prem, I'm off.
Yeah, but if you win the Europa League, you're off. So it's what medal? What medal would you rather have on your mantelpiece?
Because it comes with that carrot.
No, but what medal would you rather have?
I can't be that guy that just make believe. It comes with that.
No. But I'm saying it's the medal you show your grandkids in 40 years' time. What medal do you? I show my grandkids first the Champions League, then the Prem, then the FA Cup, then Europa, then League Cup. They're the medals I show first.
In this order. I'm showing them that.
Okay. Alan's a Man City fan. Hi, Al.
All right, lads. Benny, love you, mate. Top guy. Top guy.
Are you right, Al?
Andy, you're not a bad lad, but being a United fan, you're rubbish.
Okay.
Do you know everybody?
Can you do me one favour? Can you do me one favour? Just fade that down for 1 sec. Okay. We'll go back to you in a minute. Nad's a Chelsea fan. See if Nad can be nice there. Hello, Nad.
Hi guys, you alright?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good.
Just coming back from work, and I was listening to your conversation. I thought I'd call in. So, my list is very similar to Benty's. I'm not going to lie. So, number 1 for me, Premier League. Number 2, Champions League.
Yeah.
Number 3, Europa League. Number 4 is where we're different. I would put FA Cup number 4.
Okay.
And then Club World Cup number 5. League Cup number 6 and Conference League at the bottom number 7.
Do you know what, Nad? I'm not even angry at that because I love the FA Cup and I know the FA Cup carries European football if you win it, Europa League. But the saga about the Club World Cup that I've really liked, I've really enjoyed it. I know some people haven't.
Have you honestly really enjoyed the competition?
I'm talking about. I'm messaging the group about the games that are on.
I just find that bizarre. Nad, I don't know if you heard my chat with Benty about what the Europa League brings with it, i.e. qualification for Champions League. But if it was just the fact that you were showing off your medals, so the qualification for Champions League is sort of irrelevant. Are you still putting the Club World Cup above it?
No, but I'm having the Europa League above the Club World Cup.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Number 5 for me. So Europa League's number 3 above the FA Cup. So FA Cup 4, Europa League 3, and Club World Cup is number 5.
Have you watched much of it?
I've watched 2 out of 3 Chelsea games. I didn't watch last night's game, I'll be honest. At 2 a.m. in the morning, I worked as well. So I just woke up, saw the result, I thought we're through. And it worked out well, to be honest, because we came second, but we landed with Benfica. I looked at our pads, so we got Benfica next. If we win, we got Palmeiras or Botafogo. I don't know if I said that right.
Yeah,
and then
Botafogo, yeah.
Potentially Juventus. And then if we win that, we're in the final. So, whereas in the other half, you would have to have Bayern, then PSG, then probably Real Madrid, and then the final against,
Well, you've looked ahead. You've looked ahead. Thanks for your call, Nad. Let's go back to Alan, see if he can be a little bit nicer to the host of the show.
You're a top dude, you know that. My wife's a red.
What?
And I'm a blue.
How did that happen?
Because we met way back in 1990, and she had greatness. Beckham, the Giggs, the Scholeses. I had
Gillingham away,
Scunthorpe, Shrewsbury. My geography is phenomenal. Anyway,
have you got kids? Have you got kids, Al?
I've got one, Kieran, massive City fan.
Okay, blue. Okay.
I hate to say his grandfather was not very happy with me. Trust me.
Okay. Go on, then. What do you want to say, Al?
I think it's been a good tournament. I got up, right, hear me out, lads. I went for a beer on Friday after work. I have my own business, and I have a load of lads who work with me, and we all work together. We all went for a beer on Friday, and I said City will win at 6-0. Sunday night, Monday morning, I got up, watched it, we won 6-0. All my mates put a bet on. I did not put a penny on.
Okay. I mean, we're not talking about, bets you
Anyway,
about.
sorry,
we're
boys.
just, all right, we're just talking about in the order in which you rate them.
Premier League, top, all day long. Champions League, FA Cup. I would say this new one, the World Club
You put it
Championship.
fourth, right?
I would say so.
Okay.
What do you think, lads?
Well, thanks for your call. Let me ask you one other question, right? Because when I was talking to Billy earlier on, producer Billy today, he said, "Do you want to put the World Cup in it?" And I went, "Well, everyone puts the World Cup first."
As in the
World Cup. The World Cup.
One.
And then he went Euros. And I went, "Well, it's a World Cup." And here's my question, and we'll take calls on this as well when we come out. Do you think there's anyone on the planet that will list Euros before World Cup? Because some people,
because you just said that now. Someone
no, but really, honestly, because some people actually think it's harder to win the Euros than the World Cup. Are you aware of this?
Yeah, but I can understand why they'd say that.
What I can't.
But if you look at the FIFA World Rankings, and I'll have a look in a minute, there's a lot of European sides that are quite high up.
I know, but all those European sides are in the World Cup, plus the likes of Brazil and Argentina.
Yeah, but potentially that. I mean, I think the World Cup's the one.
Yeah,
for me,
everyone thinks World Cup than Euros.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay.
Someone's put here, would I rather Arsenal win the FA Cup next year?
Oh, this is a great question.
Or Club World Cup? Well, the actual question was, let me read it out.
I like this. Go on.
Would Benty rather Arsenal win the FA Cup next year and nothing else for another 10 years, or just win the next Club World Cup? Well, I've seen us win the FA Cup like 14, 15 times.
What would you rather?
Well, give me the Club World Cup, man.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know why I say give me the Club World Cup?
Because you've qualified for it.
Because that would have mean we'd have won the Champions League to get into it.
But forget that little bit.
So I'm always forgetting about. No, it's all part and parcel.
I know,
of the game.
but when you, the way I look at it is, you're taking a medal to show someone. That's the medal.
And when they go, "Oh, Daddy,"
they won't. They're not allowed to ask any questions.
They are.
No, they're not.
My kids go, "Dad, how did you win the Club World Cup?"
Mind your business, son.
We won the Champions League to get there.
I don't care about that, Dad.
Yeah, give me the Club World Cup.
We'll take your calls in just a moment. 03717223344. And also, I'd love to hear from anyone that actually thinks it's better and harder to win the Euros than the World Cup. Driver talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent at Motor Point. Thousands of cars, all unbeatable prices guaranteed. Head at motorpoint.co.uk for details. Still to come, we'll be having some fun with the best of talkSPORT. Just quickly, Emma Raducanu lost in 3 sets to Australia's Maya Joint the second round of the Eastbourne Open. It's amazing what's happened to her since she became US Open champion.
Yeah,
I mean, nothing's happened.
No.
Isn't it unbelievable you can get...
You changed, I think, changed coach a few times.
Yeah,
I think she had quite a few injuries as well. Which helped her.
Right, of course, it's the Under-21s European Championship semi-final. England, they're taking on the Netherlands. The score is currently 0-0. There's full commentary over on talkSPORT, so we can check in, actually, with your match commentators. Former England Under-21 midfielder, your mate Darren Ambrose, alongside Joe Shannon.
First choice, right back, a lot of experience in European and domestic Dutch football with Ajax before making the move to Roma this summer. Here's a big miss for Netherlands, who conceded a free kick out on the far side. The England left, fouled by Casemiro on Hutchinson, shy of halfway. As we welcome listeners from talkSPORT, 20 minutes into the semi-final, England 0, Netherlands 0. England have been excellent. They have done everything but score. Harvey Elliott twice denied by excellent saves from the Dutch goalkeeper Robin Ruffs. England have looked lively in possession, well organised off the ball, and in these sweltering conditions, an England goal feels a question of when, not if. They're coming forward again down the right-hand side with Tino Livramento. Right into the penalty area, skips beyond two Dutch players, threads it into the box, and a little back-heeled attempt by McEntee is gathered by the goalkeeper. Lovely football from England again, but Darren Ambrose just lacking that opening goal, 0-0.
It's wonderful football once again, and Livramento, arguably England's best player of the tournament, creating the opportunity for James McAtee. If he got that back heel right, Jay Stansfield within the box and he would have tapped it in, but as you said, Joe, Lee Carsley couldn't have asked for any more from his team other than a goal. They've dominated the opening 22 minutes. They just need to capitalise on this momentum and go 1-0 up.
Full commentary of the entire game, of course, over on talkSPORT 2. Just download our free app and you can swipe between all of our stations as and when you'd like to. 21.5 minutes into the semi-final. It is England 0, Netherlands 0.
Yeah, good work as always. That game continues live over on talkSPORT 2. Bentley, we've both had one eye on it on the first 22 minutes. It's been all England, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Harvey Elliott looks like he's at the middle of everything. They're doing really well going forward. Had a few chances. Keeper's made a couple of good saves as well. But, I mean, at the minute, it looks like England are the team that are going to win it. But, I mean, they're so strong. Like, you look at some of the players that we see regularly in the Premier League.
I was going to say they play week in, week out for their club, yeah. 0-0 after 22 minutes, that game live over on talkSPORT 2. We are talking about where you would rank the Club World Cup. I put it, I think, 5th or 6th, 6th. I went Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, Europa, League Cup and Club World Cup. Before the break, I asked the question, do some people, or any people out there, actually think the Euros is bigger than the World Cup? Sam is an Arsenal fan, I think, has an argument for that conversation. Hello, Sam, how are you?
Hello, guys. Good afternoon. Yeah, doing well, thanks. You all right?
Good, man. I'm very well, thanks for asking. So what's your view on all things Euros over World Cup?
Well, I don't necessarily agree or disagree, but I do see the argument. And what popped into my head immediately was I liken it to making a glass of orange squash. Right, so it all depends on the pool size, and maybe Benty can help us out on the facts and the pool size for the World Cup versus Euros. But I guess in Euros you're putting more squash in, as in you're putting higher strength in. With a World Cup, you've got a bit more water, strong.
I know. Basically, I know what you're trying to say is that with the World Cup, and in some respects, you're kind of right, because when I look at some of the powerhouses, right, of European football compared to the world, I kind of get it. I mean, the squash argument reminds me of Sam. Was it Matterface?
Yeah. 20% water, 40%. It was that, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I can understand, because if you start looking through obviously the FIFA rankings, right, and you go right, the top 10. So the top 10 in the FIFA World Rankings are one Argentina, right? So not from Europe, and the only other one that's in there is Brazil. Other than that, it's Spain, France, England, Netherlands, Portugal, Belgium, Italy, Germany.
Yeah. Sam, can I ask you a question?
Go.
So I hear what you're saying, but unless I'm losing the plot a bit, don't you have all those teams in the World Cup plus Brazil and Argentina?
Yes, you do. But say you're in the group stages, you've probably got more chance of playing, Montenegro, Canada, than you do with, Spain.
Yeah, but my only argument with that, right? Because I still think the work, because the next 10, from 10 to 20, you go in. So you've got Croatia, Morocco, Uruguay, Colombia, Japan, USA, Mexico, Iran, Senegal.
So, like, literally half of the top 20 are not European.
And Switzerland are number 20.
Okay. Sam, thanks for your call. Let's go to Ash, a Spurs fan. Hi, Ash. Ashley? Ash?
Hi. Yeah, hi, guys. You okay? Can you hear us?
Is your name Ash?
Yes, it is,
Right.
yeah.
Took you a long time to answer, Ash.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a delay on the phone, not sure.
Oh,
How
okay.
are we doing, guys?
We can hear you loud and clear now, Ash. What would you like to say?
Fantastic. I was just saying, I'm with you, Andy. I can't get the point of it's the qualification for it. It's not all the top teams. If it was a top team from each country, or all the cup winners and from every region, then it would be something worth watching. But
yeah, but the Champions League's not that.
The Champions, I know, and it's the same sort of thing. You know, it should be champions, of the country, not a diluted competition. So it hasn't really got, do it over a 4-year period, and whoever's won a cup over that 4 years in whatever region goes into the World Club competition, and then you've got some sort of validity to it rather than something they've tried to sort of mash together.
Ash, you're a Spurs fan, Ash, right? You're a Spurs fan. You won the Europa League. Would you swap that Europa League for the Club World Cup?
Not at the moment, no.
No, okay. Ash, thanks for your call. We've got Josh, a Man United fan. Hi, Josh.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, you all right?
Good. How are you?
Basically, I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
Good, thanks for asking. What would you like to say?
Yeah, pretty much. I think the Club World Cup's got to be last. I think it's got to be 100%. They've literally just made it up this year. I don't think it has any relevancy at all compared to every single other competition that exists.
Yeah, but is that not the case for any competition that's new?
Well, yeah, I think that's the same with the Conference League as well. How long's that been around for now? About 3 years, I'd say. So in my order was there, I think 7th would be the Club World Cup and then 6th would be the Conference League. I think it's all off. Like, Champions League's prestigious, isn't it? How long's that been around for? I've only seen United win one, to be honest. So it'd be quite rare for me to see another one.
How old are you, Josh?
24.
Okay, yeah, you just missed out on 99, right?
Yeah, that's 2001 I was born. So I remember 08, but yeah, I think it's got to be last 100%. It just, to me, it holds no relevance to it. I've not watched any of it, to be honest.
Okay. Josh, great call. Thanks for that.
I'm just a football connoisseur. I love it.
You are a football connoisseur, but it's still bottom of my list.
Okay,
or one bottom.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But again, you're going to get some people that are saying that, I don't know, that the Europa should be lower down. The conference. I understand it's personal preference, right?
Okay.
But I think that obviously facts are Premier League and Champions League 1 and 2. Right?
Yeah, we would agree. It's just your preference. I've gone Champions League first. You've gone second. Do you think
any fans that would put the FA Cup above the Champions League?
No. No, not in a million years. No, of course you won't. No, I think everyone on the planet, Champions League or Prem, 1 and 2. Yeah. Still to come with the Women's Euros, just 1 week away. We'll be joined by former England midfielder Jordan Nobbs. Now, you're doing a lot of work on the Euros, right? And you're doing a phone-in with Jordan Nobbs. I think I'll come up with a perfect name of that show. Have you got a name for the show yet?
The phone-in.
I've got a better name. First, it's time for No Googling. Last night on talkSPORT 2, Benfica finally beat Bayern Munich for the first time in the 14th meeting between the two sides. They'd previously drawn 3 and lost 10. We want to know, of the 20 clubs in 24-25 in the Premier League season, which 2 clubs have the most lopsided head-to-head record? Do you remember I had a conversation with Jack this morning about these? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
What did I say? I said, make it as simple as possible, and with the who's the first or only one.
And it comes with that.
Which 2 clubs have the most lopsided head-to-head record? The answer to that, if you've understood what I've said, and more coming up live and Drive on talkSPORT after this.
It's officially Sir Gareth Southgate. The former England manager received his knighthood at Windsor Castle, recognition for his services to football.
I was more emotional than I thought I might be, and I think partly to be able to bring the parents with me as well, and my wife, who at different stages of my life have been incredible support, an amazing honour. Grateful to the help of so many people for being here.
It could be a Barcelona dream move for Marcus Rashford, as we understand the Spanish giants are eyeing a temporary move for the United forward. But will there even be a place for him in the side?
Yamal on that right-hand side. You could have Nico Williams, who looks like he's going to go through on the left. You could probably have Lewandowski down the middle, and behind him Rafinha.
And after we heard this on breakfast yesterday...
No, there's not a captain.
No.
I'm sorry. You need a captain who's going to lead by example.
Former Australia skipper David Campese singing the praises somewhat of Lions captain Maro Itoje. Today, front row for the tourist Pierre Schoeman has given his reply.
He's probably one of those guys that you respected, playing against him, but it went even through the roof, breaking glass ceilings of the reality of how great leader he is. He's just in a class of his own, and I love spending time with him. I know everyone does. I can't speak highly enough of him.
The Lions play the Western Force in Perth on Saturday. There's more online at talksport.com.
Drive Live at talkSPORT, me Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. We are legally now halfway through the show. It's effectively half time. Still to come on our show. We'll have some fun with the best of talkSPORT. But first, talking of half time, England are approaching it. They're 10 minutes shy of it. The under-21s, they're in European Championship semi-final action against the Netherlands. The whole game is live over on talkSPORT 2. Still goalless. Watching for talkSPORT is the Moose, Ian Abrahams.
Yeah, England 0, Holland 0. The defending champions, though, England have had by far the better of the first half so far. And to that end, it's really Amari Hutchinson and also Harvey Elliott have been the two stars of the show. Hutchinson down the left-hand side has really had a lot of joy. And Elliott's had two shots really well blocked by Roos, the Dutch goalkeeper. The first early on and the second after a good move, which also involved Jay Stansfield. Baking heat, 33 degrees in the National Stadium in Bratislava. But at the moment, England on top, but haven't found that opening goal. As you say, 10 to the break. It's England 0, Holland 0, with live commentary on talkSPORT 2.
Good work, as always. Thanks for that, Moose. As soon as anything happens in that game, of course, we'll keep you up to date right here on talkSPORT. Now, we're just 1 week away from the start of the Women's Euros in Switzerland. England's campaign gets underway on the 5th of July. That's against France, who've also been drawn with Wales and the Netherlands. Join us now to preview the Lionesses' potential route to the final is former England midfielder, the wonderful Jordan Nobbs. Hello, Jordan. How are you?
Hi, good, thank you.
Thanks for coming on. You're also going to be alongside our very own Darren Bent for the phone-in after each England game as well.
Lovely.
I've come up with an idea for the name of that show, right? So obviously it's you and Bentley and football stuff. So rather than bed knobs and broomsticks, I've got bent knobs and ball kicks.
That's all right. There's not much you can really do with our names, can you?
No, trust me, I've struggled with that one. Right, listen, let's start with England's group. I was listening to Adrian Durham actually on the Breakfast Show this morning talking about the Euros. He's going for talkSPORT, very, very excited about it. And one of the first things he said was just how difficult England's group is. Everyone, including him, has called it the group of death.
Yeah, it really is. I think you look at the group that they have, it's definitely the hardest in the tournament. I think even thinking about Wales, they could be defensive and putting up a deep block, which then points will be crucial really for the Lionesses. And you look at France, they're such a top team. They make it to a lot of semi-finals in tournaments, so it's going to be tough for them. But they've dealt with a lot of pressure in the past, and I think they'll be still raring to go.
We all know what happened 4 years ago. I mean, fantastic scenes at Wembley. Do you think England are in a better place now than they were back then?
I would say so. I think whenever you gain more experience as a player, you start to learn your traits, whether that's going into major tournaments, your routine, and there's a lot of players in form. So I think they probably are in a better place. They have obviously, we've seen them lose to Portugal and Spain recently, but I think, like we always know, when it comes to major tournaments, it's about what counts when you actually get to the tournament, and that's when you need the wins to be consistent.
Let's talk about some of the big names who will be missing for the Lionesses. I have to ask you about Mary Earps. What did you make of her decision to retire from international football? Why do you think she took that decision?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think Mary's said a few bits, but maybe not everything yet. And I think with Mary, it's crucial having that goalkeeper with that experience at a major tournament. Hannah Hampton hasn't had loads of game time, and you would like to look at it and think that Hannah Hampton was given the number 1 shirt, and maybe that was an impact on Mary's decision. But I think Mary will be a huge loss, because we all know what it's like having a second goalkeeper that has that experience and has played in major tournament football before.
You said about there with Mary Earps, and of course we know that Fran Kirby's not going to be there, Millie Bright neither. Do you think there's enough experience in the squad?
As an experienced player, I think it is key for tournament football. You can always have the fresh young ones that have kind of no fear, but sometimes, Fran Kirby obviously didn't get the shout from Serena, but she is a player that comes on and scores goals. She's done that all the time for England. So I do think that was one that I thought would still be in the squad as a player to come on and be impactful. And she does still create a lot of things out of nothing. But you have still got, you've got Lucy Bronze, you've got Leah Williamson, you've got, Champions League winners in there now, including the Euros winners as well. So there's still a lot of experience within that squad.
Who do you think is going to be crucial then for England? Because a lot of people talk about Lauren James and how technically gifted she is. I always hear that as well. But who, in your opinion, is going to have a really good tournament for a chance for England to win it?
I actually think Alessia Russo is going to be key. I don't really think the Lionesses have a backup number 9 that's playing regularly in the 9 position at club level. So she will be key for... she's obviously had a fantastic season with Arsenal, but I think her holding the ball up, turning on the ball and driving the team forward, she will be crucial for England, because, we haven't got a lot of experience in that 9 position if she's not on form.
Just finally, the expectation level's completely different this time round. When we set out last time, no one really expected England to go all the way, even though it was on home soil, and of course we did. And now, the whole country, the whole just men's and women's view on the women's game is totally different now. We seem to know so much more about the players, the setup, and of course the manager, Serena Wiegman. Do you think, with the expectation levels now so much more demanding, do you think with that pressure, England are going to be able to cope with it?
It definitely will be tougher. I think we saw Alessia Russo come out and say that she wasn't going to go on social media and, stay in that football bubble. It definitely will be different to a home tournament. I think when you have that home crowd, it does give you that extra lift. So there will be that pressure. But they've been in a lot of them positions before. It will be tough. But I think they've just got to stay in their zone and concentrate on themselves.
Jordan, thanks so much for coming on. Enjoy the tournament. I'm sure we'll speak to you before it all kicks off, but for the time being, appreciate your time on talkSPORT.
Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you.
Thanks. There you go, Jordan. You must be quite excited about the football coming up.
Yeah, it will be, yeah. Again, it's non-stop football, isn't it?
Have you done your homework?
Oh, no. Listen, come Monday.
Yeah.
I've shown you my preparation before.
Yeah, I know you have. Yeah.
So from Monday, because there's no point me doing it now because I need to all in 1 week. I have the two iPads out, the notepad out.
You're doing the phone in, right, after the England games?
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. It should be good.
To that, yeah. Right, time now.
Are you going to phone in?
Huh?
Are you going to phone in?
No.
Okay, nice.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, of course.
Do you know, I will. I'll phone in just for you.
Thank you.
Time now to look ahead to the Club World Cup. We'll thanks to our friends at DAZN.
FIFA Club World Cup preview on talkSPORT, presented by DAZN. Watch every game of the FIFA Club World Cup live and for free on DAZN. Sign up now at DAZN.com.
Right, now there's a feast of football tonight at the Club World Cup with 4 matches to choose from. Yeah, 4. At 8, Borussia Dortmund take on Ulsan HD. I don't know if it's Ulsan in HD or... whilst another team go up against Fluminense.
Mamelodi Sundowns
FC. Do you know much about them?
I don't know much about them, but
if you're gonna guess,
no, that's not what I was gonna say.
You can't even find them.
No, I can't find them. But what I was gonna say to Bill, I was chatting to Bill the other night.
One word Billy.
Yeah, one word Billy. Right,
yeah.
When Flamingo was playing, right, and I said about
Flamingo,
Wallace Jan. I said to him, scored a great goal last night. Told you, watch out for him. Wallace Jan.
Okay, who can Mamelodi Sundowns? Who can we look out for from their team?
From
the Sundowns.
Well, listen, it's going to be. I'm looking forward to watching the Sundowns. They've got some good players in their squad. Yeah. I quite like the striker, Ikram Reyners.
All right, what's his goal to game ratio like?
14 goals in 26 matches.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like that.
Absolutely pretty. 29 years old.
Yeah.
From South Africa.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Any others we should look out for?
He's a good player. I really like as well.
Yeah, who do you really like?
Arthur Sales.
I love Arthur Sales.
Yeah.
I absolutely love the Sales at Christmas time.
Only 22 years old, Brazilian.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, 8 goals in 19 matches, 8 assists.
Yeah.
So I quite like
good levels, yeah.
He's playing really well.
One player that's caught your eye, one player to look out for tonight.
Oh, it's got to be Reyners.
It's going to be him. Okay.
Yeah, I like Reyners.
Claire Reyners.
Yeah, but if you look at the matches he's got as well, he's got 3 in his last 3.
Oh, I mean, you can't argue with that.
No, exactly.
Then at 2 a.m. tomorrow morning, Bent will be up for that. It's Inter Milan against River Plate, as well as another team against another team. There's R's and W's here. Aurora Red Diamonds against CF Monterrey.
Monterrey.
Yeah. Anyone we should look out for in any of those games?
We're in the Milan, of course.
Forget them. We know them.
Okay, so who do you want to hear about?
Aurora Red Diamonds. The Diamonds.
Juventus and Man City playing as well. So.
Yeah, and we know about them. The Diamonds.
What, Aurora Diamonds or Monterrey?
Oh, both. Just a little bit of something on both of them.
Well, now I'm going to go to the Aurora Red Diamonds.
Yeah, am I?
Yeah, really good. I really like.
Who do you like?
Yusuke Matsui.
Oh, Matsui's playing, is he?
Yeah, 3 goals in 20 matches.
Yeah, he's
been
awful,
quite prolific.
Awful player.
Nah, but
quite prolific. 3 in 20. What are you talking about?
Nah, but he brings more than that to the team.
What does he bring?
I like Rayoma.
I bet you do.
Watandabe. He's a good player, man.
Oh, you went his first name first, did you?
6 goals in 17 matches.
Awful.
He's centre midfield number 10.
Is he strong, is he?
Get technically on the ball, makes things happen.
Okay, anyone else?
I like Savio, Brazilian. 2 goals in 21 matches, not the most prolific, but I quite like the way that he's gone about his business.
Tell me about the goalkeeper, either goalkeeper.
I mean, if you talk about Shoshaki Kawawa...
I'm not talking about him, but now you've mentioned him.
I don't quite get how you say the name. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
But it's Shoshaki
Bless you.
Nishiwakuwa.
Sorry, what? Last time again? There's a lot of syllables up and down.
But 6 clean sheets.
You know your stuff, don't you?
6 clean sheets in 20 matches.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah. So now I'm looking forward to him. He's from Japan as well. So
yeah, okay. Right, I mean, there's other questions I can ask, but I don't need to.
Well, right, if you want a little bit of Monterrey,
I'd love to know more about Monterrey. Yeah.
Do you want to know some about what?
Who should I look at? Who's their captain?
I'm sorry, what?
I'll take it slowly so you can Google it. Who is their captain?
I'm not quite sure, but there's loads of players I like.
Oh, there's loads of players. It could be one of 11.
Yeah.
I mean, roughly, who are we looking at?
I quite like Victor Guzman.
I'm a good fan of Guzman.
From Mexico, good player.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Luis Reyes.
Oh, they've got him, have they?
Yeah, good player as well. I like him.
Goalkeeper?
I like the Colombian Nelson.
Anyone you don't like?
Nah, I like all them.
Oh, you like all? Who's the one you Nelson? Who? You like who's the Nelson fellow?
Nelson de Sousa.
Sorry, what was his name? What's his name? De Sousa. His name never ends, does it? He scores a goal in 8 minutes. They're still talking about him on 90. Yeah. Well done, Benny.
Wallace Jan, though. That's the one.
Wallace Jan.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the way it should be done. That was a look at the latest Club World Cup action with our friends at DAZN. Watch every game of the FIFA Club World Cup live and for free on DAZN. Sign up at DAZN.com.
FIFA Club World Cup preview on talkSPORT, presented by DAZN. Sign up now at DAZN.com to watch every game live and for free.
When we come back, we'll have some fun with the best of talkSPORT, and we'll give you a half-time update. England, they're currently taking on the Netherlands. It's live over on talkSPORT 2 for a place in the Euro final under 21s with 45 minutes plus 3 on the clock. It's currently goalless. Drive live on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent at Motor Point, Newcastle. Same day driveway available on all cars. Book a test drive today. Still to come. We'll be joined by the man who has the iconic catchphrase, Kevin Atchard, for another edition of Drive Worldwide. And the best of talkSPORT in just a moment. But ever so quickly, it's half-time between England and the Netherlands in the Under-21 Euro Championship semi-final. It's live over on talkSPORT 2. I'll have you know, the last we heard it was 0-0 with about 3 minutes left on the clock. The Moose, Ian Abrahams, has been watching for talkSPORT. Is that how it finished, Moose, at half-time?
Yeah, half-time it is 0-0. England 0, Holland 0, but England the better side, the defending champions, having 2 good chances in the first 12 minutes from Harvey Elliott. Roofs in the Holland goal twice with his legs, manages to keep the ball out. And then just before half-time, lovely move down the left-hand side. Amari Hutchins' low ball in. Nice dummy by Elliott for Alex Scott to run onto about 12 yards out. His shot, as he arrived late, was deflected over the top for a corner. James Beadle has had nothing to do yet in the England goal. Let's hope it stays like that. At half-time, though, the defending champions are being frustrated. It's England 0, Holland 0, and the second half will be live on talkSPORT 2.
Good work as always, Moose. Thanks for that. Hold on. Yeah, it smells of penalties, that one. Right, time now for this. Yeah, it's time for the best of talkSPORT friends. We run you through some of the recent highlight moments from across talkSPORT and our sister stations. My favourite part of Eddie's show. I do like this. Right, let's start with Hawksby and Jacobs, the brilliant Paul and Andy. And here's Andy with some tough love for TikTok users.
Honestly, you need to get a life and
well, Andy,
waste a life.
I know you had to step back from TikTok. You were becoming slightly obsessed, weren't you?
Well,
you admitted you had to wean yourself off
12 hours when it said I'd been on it that 1 week, and I thought,
that's mad, isn't it? Much. I mean, especially that's virtually a lifetime. That's dog years for you, Andy, at this stage, isn't it?
Besides WhatsApp, what app do you use the most? Paddle, walking paddle.
I'm not going to ask you, probably
Paddle.
No, either Playtomic for paddle or Paddle Mates, just looking for games.
Sad.
But
Paddle Mates?
Yeah.
Who's coming? That's awful.
Yeah, but that's
you're a paddle mate.
No.
I need a mate. I play paddle. Let's call it Paddle Mates.
But probably other than that, Instagram, because I deactivated my ex.
Have you done that?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of doing that. I never ever use it.
So probably Instagram, which I hate.
How many hours a day do you spend on screens? Great question.
Hardly anything.
Do you want to go on screen time now?
Well, no, because because obviously now we do this show. I play paddle before that, so I haven't got time to just...
Do you want to go on screen time now?
No, I don't, thanks.
Scared. Who's a talkSPORT presenter that should start TikTok?
Who would I like to see on TikTok? Simon Jordan.
Oh my God, that'd be unbelievable.
I'd love to watch that.
That'd be great. That's a great answer. Of course, the wonderful Paul and Andy, they'll be back at the same time. That's 1 p.m. on Friday, although their show is back tomorrow.
Do you know, obviously, I think the guy's name is Ashton Hall, and his video went viral for his morning routine.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Simon Jordan do that.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
Yeah, see what time he gets up, does his hair.
That fella done the morning routine, right? Was he famous before that?
I'd never seen him before.
Oh, wow, okay.
But no. On to Last Night Sports Bar of O'Hara and Cundy. Here's O'Hara describing a recent conversation with the management at talkSPORT.
3 days.
3 days.
3 days.
It seems something fishy about it, doesn't it?
Jamie, Jason can't make it in tonight. He's lost his passport, so we've got Darren Ambrose in. All right, Dave, yeah. Candy, you all right, mate? Yeah, lost my passport, guys. 3 days later, Jamie, Jason's still in... Ibiza. He's not going to be back till next week.
that actually happened.
Just a quick one.
Yes.
You know you talk about little complaints.
Yes.
The first question in this is, do you know who he's talking about? Well, he named who he was talking about.
Did he? Did he say that?
He said Dave.
Okay, I was going to say Dave.
Yeah, so...
It's a bit silly, isn't it? That's Jack for you again, isn't it?
What's the strangest excuse you've ever heard for someone pulling out of a show?
Probably pulling out of a show like a presenter.
Yeah, or...
Presenters very rarely pull out of shows unless they've got bigger gigs, more money, which is usually you.
Yeah. What's the most important thing you've ever lost?
What's the most... When I was about 17. Huh? What?
Of course, the boys will be back.
My front door keys. I meant my front door keys.
From 10 this evening.
Right, let's finish with the Sportage Breakfast Show as Big Al Brazil turned up for the second day in a row. Well done, him. Here he is describing the lack of characters in sport.
Guy said to me the other day, you lot are the last of the dying breed. It's not going to happen anymore.
No.
These top Premiership players now, do you think they're going to do that? Play golf days? And
there's no story to tell.
It's all changing. It's all changing, and no one's going to tell me it's changing for the better.
Totally agree.
There you go.
Nice.
7:29, and say what you like about him in social media. Don't care.
By the way, I love Al. Premier League, not Premiership. Premier League. What's your favourite thing about Big Al?
That whatever comes out doesn't make a difference. He is. Do you know what? Can I say it? Bulletproof.
He's bulletproof.
Yeah, that's my favourite thing about Big Al.
If a nuclear bomb went off,
he's surviving.
He's in this studio because we're underground, right? And he's still 9:22.
Yeah.
I'd love to see. You know, I did that video. Me and Cunny did separate ones of us running to the pub to down a pint. I'd pay money to see that.
Yeah.
You know, we had to do it in the news break.
Yeah.
I'd give him 4 hours to do it in the whole show. Could he come back? Do you think you'll be grumpy when you're old?
No, I'd like to think my nature. You have to look at people like my old man, my dad, my grandfather.
Yeah.
Neither. Both full of beans, both full of life. So I'd like to think.
Your granddad's still alive?
Well, I lost my mother's father, but my dad's.
How old was he?
Oh, 80s, late 80s. Man.
Okay, it's good going, isn't it?
Some innings up.
Who's your Mount Rushmore of iconic characters in sport?
Mount Rushmore. So Ali, Bruce Lee.
For God's sake.
Ali, Bruce Lee, sport. Ali, Bruce Lee. Usain probably.
I thought you were going to say you.
No, Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
And then I need another one.
More. You got a footballer in there? No.
No. Probably.
Pele? Maradona?
Yeah, maybe.
Messi?
No, I'd probably go Messi.
Not Denzel?
Is it sportsy?
He must have been in a sport film. Has he been in a sport film?
Yeah, remember the Titans? When he's a high school coach or a college coach.
Is he good?
Unbelievable.
Have
you ever seen Remember the Titans?
No. Do you remember that clip I sent you where Denzel's trying to do a Cockney accent?
Yeah, it's appalling.
What is that in? That's appalling.
I've never seen that film.
I've never seen that movie.
They want to keep that hush-hush that.
Don't let that one get out. Big Al's going to be back, hopefully, tomorrow morning alongside Aston Villa's former Premier League top scorer, Gabby Agbonhol. Don't forget to download the talkSPORT app, where you can swipe between talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2 and all of our other sister stations, so you never miss a moment. When we come back, we'll be asking you the question that Jermaine Pennant was asked when he was just about to leave Liverpool. Do you want to go and sit on the bench at Real Madrid or go on loan at Portsmouth? You can guess which one he chose. 03717 223344. Would you be a bench warmer for one of the Giants?
It's officially Sir Gareth Southgate. The former England manager received his knighthood at Windsor Castle, recognition for his services to football.
I have to say I was more emotional than I thought I might be, and I think partly to be able to bring the parents with me as well, and my wife, who at different stages of my life have been incredible supports. An amazing honour. Grateful to the help of so many people for being here, and it was a very special day.
It could be a Barcelona dream move for Marcus Rashford, as we understand the Spanish giants are eyeing a temporary move for the United forward. But will there even be a place for him in the side?
Yamal on that right-hand side. You could have Nico Williams, who looks like he's going to go through on the left. You could probably have Lewandowski down the middle, and behind him Rafinha. Look at Aston Villa. He wasn't guaranteed to start, so Barcelona definitely won't be.
Elsewhere, Crystal Palace's place in Europe may have been boosted by Lyon's relegation from the French top flight over finance issues. The club is owned by now former Palace shareholder John Textor. Lyon are appealing, and Simon Jordan's questioned the credibility of the sanction.
What we normally see when a club's in absolute disarray is people don't get paid. I'm not hearing that about Lyon. I'm not hearing the players are not being paid and all this sort of stuff. So clearly they're meeting some sort of obligations, because we see it in this country. We see Sheffield Wednesday not paying their wages. We see Reading. We see other people with leagues. That's a fair point. And all of a sudden they get sanctioned because they're not able to meet the obligations. And that gives you... These guys have got debt. And they seem to be able to pay their way.
And after we heard this on breakfast yesterday...
No, there's not a captain.
No.
I'm sorry. You need a captain who's going to lead by example.
Former Australia skipper David Campese singing the praises somewhat of Lions captain Maro Itoje. Today, front row for the tourist Pierre Schoeman has given his reply.
He's probably one of those guys that you respected, playing against him, but it went even through the roof, breaking glass ceilings of the reality of how great leader he is. He's just in a class of his own, and I love spending time with him. I know everyone does. I can't speak highly enough of him. He's a great leader.
The Lions play the Western Force in Perth on Saturday. There's more online at talksport.com.
Welcome back to Last Hour Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent here, everyone.
It's Darren here, by the way, Darren Bent.
Yeah, and I just you keep saying that, Ben. I just said that. Still to come, we'll be getting the very latest on the top European news with our top European football expert, Kevin Hatchard, when he joins us for Drive Worldwide. But a reminder, we are just 1 week away from the start of the Women's Euros.
And the European Championships get underway. Right-footed drive, hits the post, comes off the goalkeeper, and in. Spectacular hit from Diani.
Cuts back onto her right foot and finds the net. Vivian Miedema.
An opportunity's around the goalkeeper, and it's in from Bob Marty.
Hooks up the cross, and the header is in from Harder.
Into the penalty area. Gonzalez with the shot, past the goalkeeper and in. A lovely move by Spain.
This ball has fallen for Hagerberg in the penalty area. Plays it square. Frida Marnham taps it in. 2 goals in quick succession for Norway.
And Eva Pyle there to gleefully tap home from inside the 6-yard box. Rising Katerin from the angle with the shot, and it flashes into the back of the net.
Opportunity for Russo inside the penalty area. Finds the corner. Alessia Russo for England.
Yeah, the tournament begins next Wednesday as Iceland take on Finland, whilst England's campaign begins the following Saturday at 8 p.m. against France. What a big game that is. Of course, you can catch every England and Wales game on the talkSPORT network. You're working on that. You looking forward to that? We talked about that earlier on.
Yeah, it should be good fun.
Okay. Right, now, earlier on in the week, former Liverpool and Arsenal winger Jermaine Pennant's agent, Sky Andrew, joined the boys on the sports bar. He said that whilst Jermaine was a Liverpool player, he was linked with Real Madrid, but a deal never materialised. On kick-off last Sunday, Jermaine sat down with Ollie Klink and explained why.
And he goes, Liverpool and Real Madrid accepted a fee. And I was like, okay, fantastic. I was excited. It's Real Madrid. I was like, all right, cool. Because so what's the deal? Like anybody would. Is it a 2 year? Is it a 3 year? What kind of wage is it the same as what I'm on? Is it more? Is it going to be less? I said, look, what's the deal? What's the offer? And then he got back to me and says, I think they're talking about it now, but it's going to be backup, as in you're going to be, not a first choice, midfielder. You'll be playing a bit part. And I was like, well, I've kind of just fell out of a manager because he wasn't playing me. I'm in my last 6 months on my contract. Do I then want to put myself in the same situation when I'm in the peak years of my career? I was like, 20, 27, 28? So 29, that's when like you kind of, do I want to get to my peak year sitting on a bench somewhere?
I think this is an interesting one to have a chat about, and if you want to have a chat, you can. 03717223344. There's two ways to look at it, right? One, you could admire a player like that for not wanting to sit on the bench,
of course,
right? And he's in the pomp of his. Totally understand it, right? Why? And so often we have a pop at players. He's just taking the money. He knows he's not going to get a game. It's a disgrace, and we do go down that road. However, when a club like Real Madrid come in for you, it don't matter if you're sitting on a bench or cleaning a bench. In my world, if they come in for you, you don't know what's going to happen. Between now and however long that deal is. You sit on the bench for 3 matches, one of their midfielders get injured, you get a chance, you shine, and all of a sudden you hold down a place for 6 months. You never know. And also, you're playing with such superstars. I don't know the year, I don't have the year to hand, but it doesn't really matter, because in that year Real Madrid would have always had absolute superstars in the squad.
Would have been around 2009, because he went on loan to Portsmouth in 2009, and his deal at Liverpool was...
so have you got Real Madrid squad?
I'm about to get that for you now. So.
Okay. I mean, we don't need to know it, because we know there's going to be 6 or 7 players that you're just going to go, wow.
Right,
okay.
So it like a detailed look at their squad, right?
Right.
When I think about that, and you're right, I admire him for not wanting to be back up. I think sometimes when opportunities like that come along, because I'll be going to Real Madrid knowing I'm not going to be their first choice, right? And I'll explain to you why. But
I can only imagine that midfield.
Right. But for me, I'd be like, no way. To be part of that dressing room. And I always think about landing spots. And what I mean by landing spots is that if you go to a Real Madrid and you're there for a year, however long you're there for, if they don't keep you on, your landing spot's going to be a lot nicer coming from Real Madrid. Because you might...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if you
go Real Madrid for 6 months, don't work it out, you're going to another club from Real Madrid.
From Real Madrid. So the quality of the club that you're going to go to is going to be higher.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So, whereas if you don't go there and you opt to go somewhere else, which is obviously going to be a lot lower,
like Portsmouth,
then do you know what I mean?
Real Madrid, you can go to Spurs or Newcastle.
Right.
Portsmouth, you ain't going to Spurs or Newcastle.
Right. That's my point. But I mean, when you look at the squad back then, Casillas was the goalkeeper. You had Pepe, Sergio Ramos. You had Marcelo at left back. Xabi Alonso was still there. Diarra, good player, played with him at Fulham for a little bit. Guti was still there when he was talking about it. Kaka was there. Cristiano, Higuain was there still. Benzema.
My goodness.
Rude was still there. Because you talk about 2009, so yeah, I think I would have gone. Even if I'm sitting on the bench, I'd have gone.
Yeah. See, what I also find interesting about his decision was he didn't turn down Real Madrid to go to that club.
No.
He turned it down and didn't have a deal.
No, so that again.
And then he went on, I think it was on loan to Portsmouth, right? Well, if you've got Real Madrid on nothing, right? We love Jermaine Pennant. I'll never say a bad word against him. I think he's one of the nicest fellas you could meet, right?
Yeah.
But I just think if I was ever in that position, lucky enough to be in that, I personally would have chosen sitting on the bench at Real Madrid.
Yeah, I would have. Even in training, you'd have made yourself a better player playing against Marcelo, because he was a right winger, Pennant. Like what a winger as well, going past people, getting
really good player,
unbelievable crosses in against Marcelo every day. I mean, that would have been some battle. So I think you'd have left there being a better player. So I would have gone for it, even if I know I'm not going to play behind Benzema, Cristiano, Higuain. That's rude, not a problem.
Yeah,
I'm still going just as part of the experience. Remember Michael Owen? He spoke about it when he was in the studio with us. He went there when they had people like R9 was still there, kicking about.
You've got to go. And there's only a few clubs. Tell me the clubs that if they come calling, you have to go. Real Madrid's one.
Real Madrid, Barca.
Right. So tell me the clubs you'd sit on the bench for.
What?
You're in your pomp, 28.
Right, I'm 28. Who I'd sit on the bench for?
Yeah.
Right.
Phone rings. Real Madrid. You going?
At 28.
Yeah.
Right. So
you're sitting on the bench.
I'm going for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Barca.
Yeah.
Bayern.
Are you?
Yeah. Well, 28.
Okay.
Bayern.
Okay.
Back then, United.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea.
Okay.
Like you talk about the best clubs around the world.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to go there and just go, do you know what? What an experience that is.
Are you at 28? Are you going to sit on the bench at Arsenal and Chelsea?
Mate, think about, if I'm 28, I'm 41 now. Think about the Chelsea team back then.
I know, but with Real Madrid...
09, 010.
Yeah.
Drogba is winning golden boots.
Why? That's what I'm saying. Why are you going to a club like that when you're 28 to sit on the bench? I get it, Real Madrid. I get it, Barca. Bayern Munich, I'm not sure about, but I understand.
No, because I'm going there to try and win trophies and get myself in that team. Remember, they had Anelka was still there at the time. At times they played together, sometimes they didn't.
Who's your mate, the Man City goalkeeper that's just left?
Scotty Carson.
Right. What do you make of him sitting on the bench and winning everything?
I got no issue with it. But that's different because he's right at the end. He's not in his pomp.
No, I know, but he's won everything, right?
Yeah.
And so the experience he would have gained, I know he didn't use that experience to further his career because it was, as you said at the end, but the stories and the just being with a group of winners under Pep Guardiola.
Exactly. I'm going to Real Madrid. I'm opting to go and try and better myself.
Let's take calls on it. Jeff is a Newcastle fan. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, folks. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Very well. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. I'm stuck in traffic at the moment.
Where are you?
I'm on the M11. You know, it is what it is.
It's horrible.
I like M11. Where are you going? What way?
I'm heading northbound at the minute, so it looks like it's queuing the other way as well. So it could be going for a traffic report here.
Horrible road. When you're stuck on that, you can't get off it. But go on then, Jeff. What would you like to say about bench warmers? Are you a fan of them or not?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I think, it's hard to judge people in different positions, and they've got to make the call that's right for their career. But ultimately, you've got to back yourself to try and force your way into the team, whether it's an injury, you train hard. You're just talking about Scott Carson the other day, There's other ways to support the team and be part of that winning culture and ultimately win trophies. And I think if you choose to go to a smaller club or turn down a really top club, it shows a bit of a lack of ambition and maybe a bit of a lack of confidence in your own abilities.
I don't think it's lack of ambition. I just think he would have thought, Jermaine Pennant would have thought he wasn't, in the pomp of his career, he wasn't going to be playing football.
Well, but I mean, doesn't that show, if you're in the pomp of your career, you should be saying, I'm good enough to force my way into that team.
Yeah, but look at the players. Usually I'd agree with you, but look at the players Bentley's just rattled off. You ain't getting into that team.
Injuries happen. You train hard, you get your chance. You might get your game in the Spanish Cup or whatever and score a couple, play blinding, and you can still make that contribution to a team at the absolute top. And I guess it's personal judgment, but that's got to count for a hell of a lot, hasn't it?
Do you know what?
Jeff.
When Michael Owen went to Real Madrid, he had Raul was centre forward, R9, Morientes. There's three there.
Morientes.
That you go, oh my goodness. But he still went there and went, I'm giving that a go. And he actually did well, Michael Owen.
He did do well. Didn't he score in a
El Clasico? Yeah. Great ball from Bex. Backspin.
See
what one? Okay, brilliant.
Yeah, I'm saying in a great game, he steps up. Best right-sided midfielder of all time. Talking of England, the under-21s, they're back underway in the second half of their European Championship semi-final against the Netherlands. The last we heard, in fact, the only time that we've heard any report, it's always ended with the score being goalless. Let's find out what's happening. We've got X amount of time on the clock, but the clock's gone from my telly. Maybe the Moose can tell us more. Moose?
We're 10 minutes into the second half, still England 0, Netherlands 0. I've got to say, Netherlands have started the second half a bit better than England, and James Beadle is set to make his first save of the game, pushing the ball around for a corner. England were by far the better side in the first half, but couldn't force that opening goal. Netherlands are beginning to pressure the defending champions. Don't forget, we have extra time and penalties, and the benches may prove crucial. Netherlands are without 3 players, so their bench is shorter, contains fewer players than England's, so maybe that will give Lee Carsley an advantage. At the moment, 10 minutes gone in the second half. England 0, Netherlands 0. The game is live on talkSPORT 2.
Cheers, Moose. I'm just looking at the Dutch kit, right? I mean, very famous kit, the orange, right?
Yeah.
Apart from Brazil, because I know you love Brazil, and England, because you're English, who's got the best kit?
I mean, England wouldn't beat it.
Okay.
So I don't know why put England.
Well, I just thought you might go.
Obviously, Brazil iconic.
Yeah, no, I've taken that out because I know you love them. Who's got the best international kit of all time? Do you know? I think's got a beautiful kit.
Go on.
Italy.
Yeah,
the blue Italian shirt. The sort of flecky dark blue. The shiny blue is unbelievable.
Who else have had some iconic kits who I like? It's a good question. That Argentina's is nice, light blue and
you like
striped.
that, do you?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Okay.
I'll have a think.
I'm gonna just quickly. I'm gonna shout 3 shirts at you.
Yeah.
Three international shirts at you, and you got to tell me the player that springs to mind. All right. What are you gonna sneeze? Bless you. All right. Shall I do what you did to me last week? What are you sneezing for? Oh, you've done it again.
Yeah. I'm ready to go.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First player that springs to mind. Holland.
Hullet.
Okay. What one are you thinking of?
The one they won the
I thought you'd think that.
Yeah.
Okay. First kit comes to mind. Germany. First player.
Klinsmann.
Okay. Italy.
Del Piero.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Your face light up. Right, listen, we'll take calls on bench warmers. What would you do? What do you make of players that are happy to sit on a bench and just take the big bucks rather than play football in their pomp? What would you do? 03717 Double 2, double 3, double 4. Hold on, I'm not going to a break yet because England are on the attack. They have a shot. Oh, and it's ricocheted outside. It's still 0-0. Live over on talkSPORT 2. 56 minutes on the clock. Come on, England. Bit of banger, I like that. This is Drama talkSPORT, me Andy Goldstein Bent here alongside a Motorpoint, thousands of cars, all unbeatable prices, guaranteed. Head to motorpoint.co.uk for details. talkSPORT is now available in more places than ever before, and you can watch us via your smart TV. How about that? Just head to talksport.com/watch for all the details, and you can watch all your favourite shows and presenters, plus some of our brand new content. Still to come, we'll be discussing the latest European news with Kevin Atchard in Drive Worldwide. Just quickly, former England manager Gareth Southgate was knighted earlier today by King Charles at Windsor Castle. Whoever wrote that, it should be Sir Gareth Southgate, all right? Arsenal, they're in advanced talks with Brentford over a move for Brentford midfielder Christian Norgard. Good luck. I hope you get him. Good luck with that, Arsenal. Now we're carrying on the conversation asking you, would you go to the biggest club in the world and sit on the bench? 03717 223344. Steve-O's an Arsenal fan. Steve-O! Steve-O!
Hi, guys.
Steve-O, I'm going to stop you just for a moment because if we fade Steve-O down, England have just scored a goal. Let's cross straight over to the Moose. 61 minutes on the clock. It looks like we're 1-0 up, Moose.
England 1, Netherlands 0. Harvey Elliott's third goal of the competition, and this could be an absolutely crucial one because just prior to that, James Beadle made a brilliant save from Ian Matson, but England, who were looking a little lethargic, up the other end, ball laid out to the right-hand side of the penalty area. Looked like Elliott might have taken one touch too many, but it wasn't, and he lashed it home from about 7 or 8 yards out. Tremendous goal by Harvey Elliott, his third of the competition so far, and the holders are ahead in the semi-final in Bratislava. England 1, Netherlands 0. Commentary on talkSPORT 2. Liverpool's Harvey Elliott with the goal.
Great goals, well. Thanks, Moose. Great goals, well. What would you rather win, under 21s or FA Cup? Euros.
What? Sorry,
under 21 Euros.
FA Cup all day, every day.
Would you?
Yeah. What? You talk about under 21s, not the.
No.
Yeah.
FA Cup.
Yeah,
FA Cup.
Yeah, FA Cup.
Really?
All day, yeah.
Okay.
It's not even close.
Steve-O should be still waiting. Steve, are you there? Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm all right, mate.
Good.
No problem.
Good. Thanks for coming on. Go on. What do you want to say?
As far as the bench sitting thing.
Yes.
Like I'm a boxer, and I think it's the same. It's kind of like you got Chris Eubank Jr. He fights for the money, and then you got other people that are just above the belts. And I think if you want to go to Real Madrid and sit on the bench for a lot of money, then fair play. But if you want to stay behind and try and win a trophy, then it's exactly the same.
So what would you do, Steve?
What would I do?
Yeah.
I'm not that good at football, but...
I mean, if you were, Steve, I mean, none of us really are, but if you were that good at football, Steve, what would you do?
I think I'd go to Real Madrid, to be honest, because if you believe in yourself, then you can fight for that place. And someone might get injured, someone might get a red card, and you're in.
Yeah.
If you're that good, you're in.
Steve, thanks for your call. Let's go. Oh, go on. Finish up, Steve.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys really, really quickly.
Okay.
Because a lot of people don't really speak about this, and as a man, I'm going through some like down times at the minute, but you guys really get me through. Sounds a bit sad to say at the minute.
No, it doesn't.
But yeah, and I just wanted to say that, so I hope a lot of people, other people,
Steve, let me ask you: do you have someone to talk to?
Yeah, I've got someone to talk to, but you guys, like at 4 o'clock drive time, I love it. You always put a smile on my face.
Okay, that's
so
very. Listen,
thank you both.
It's our pleasure, Steve. Thanks for your kind words.
Even you as a Manchester.
But listen, just for you, Steve, or other people listening in a similar situation, there is loads of help out there. We've done a few bits with Andy's Man Club, and you can find them online on social media. And they, for any guys that are struggling for whatever reasons, you can contact them anonymously, and they'll look after you. So I don't know if that's you or not, Steve, but people listening to this might find themselves in that boat. And it's worth looking Andy's Man Club up online.
Brilliant. Thank you, mate.
Right. Thanks for your kind words, Steve. If ever you need a little chat, phone us back, all right?
Cheers, bro.
Okay. Thanks. Let's go to Stephen, an Arsenal fan. Hi, Stephen.
Hello, mate. How's it going?
I'm good, man. How are you today?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
Good. What would you like to say?
Well, about the bench one, it can depend where the player is on the career. So it's fortuitous that, Harvey Elliott's was there because Harvey Elliott's in a very similar situation, isn't he?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, yeah. So what's he going to do? He could stay at Liverpool, be a bench.
He's quite young, though, isn't he?
That's a little bit like James McAtee, who's young as well.
Yeah.
He's not going to play at City.
Yeah. So, Pennant was at Arsenal once upon a time.
That's
and,
right.
You get a lot of players at Arsenal. You get all around that period, you had Pennant, Sebastian Larsson from Reece Mwamba.
David Bentley.
Yeah, all those. A lot of them moved on. Bentley, Pennant did pretty well for themselves.
Andy Cole was there, wasn't he?
Way back.
Yeah, but he was there. Nothing happened. He moved on to Newcastle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those scenarios, isn't it, where he stayed.
Yeah.
But, yeah, again, you know, he took the chance, he moved, and look how his career turned out.
Exactly. Steve, thanks for your call, Steve. Let's quickly see if we can squeeze Hal in, a Forest fan. Hi, Hal.
Hi, how you doing? You all good?
Well, good, man. How are you? Sound very happy today. You all right? You well?
Yeah, I'm just buzzing to be talking to you boys. To be honest, I listen every day, so just good to speak to you finally.
Oh, how nice is that? Well, we're honoured that you've taken the time to call us. What would you like to say?
Well, I'd just like to say, obviously, about the bench warmer thing. I was when I used to play football. I'm only 22, so it was a while ago now. But, you know, when I used to play, I was never very good. I used to sit on the bench. But I used to show up every game. So I think it comes to a part of, like, are you going to go because it's for passion, or are you going to go for glory? You're just going to go and say, well, I was at Real Madrid, or, well, for me, if I've ever got an offer, I'd love to go to Liverpool if I was ever a player and stuff like that. I'd happily sit on the bench at the team that I love, but again, it comes over as, would you rather sit on a bench and watch great players play, or would rather you play? Like, for yourself, where would you rather play? Would you rather play at Plymouth Argyle every week, or sit on the bench and watch everyone else play?
What's wrong with Plymouth, Hal?
Nothing's wrong with Plymouth. Nothing's wrong with Plymouth.
Lovely part of the world, just too far.
Yeah,
it is exactly that. It's way too far. What's it? I live in Nottingham, so what's that? It's good 4 hours.
Yeah, I think and the rest.
But I'd rather go and challenge myself at a Real Madrid or somewhere like that.
Yeah, you have to. You have to give it a go.
You
right?
have to.
Just quickly before we move on, right? You just pointed at the screen. I posted something on my Instagram page this morning, and it was it Chelsea last night? They took a corner, and we see, this is not me picking on Chelsea. All footballers do this. They put the ball outside of the little arc that you're meant to put it inside of.
But you don't have to. No, that's wrong. You don't have to.
I went on the FA website and it says it must be in the arc.
No, it says in the area, the corner area.
Yeah, but the ball hanging over.
The lineman was right there, and he looked at it.
I know, it's so ridiculous that.
As long as it's touching the white line, it's fine.
No. As long as the ball curved, it's hanging over. It doesn't need to touch it.
Yeah, exactly. So long as the shadow.
This look ridiculous.
I don't mind it.
No, fine. I just thought I'd have a little rant. Still, come and have some. Right. We've never done this before, ever. Billy is producing today's show. He's put himself in the talk up. Still to come, we'll have some fun with One Word Billy in the end of the show quiz. That's the talk up, everyone. We've got Kevin Atchard coming up in a minute, but One Word Billy, the producer, decided to put himself in the talk up. Unbelievable. First, it's time for no Googling. He put himself in it. That's incredible. Yeah, everyone out there, stick around. One Word Billy, the end of the show quiz coming up. Yeah, if you have plans, cancel it. Right, no Googling. There's been 122 goals scored in the Club World Cup in 40 games, an average of 3.05 games per match. You can tell Jack's on these questions today. Who scored the very first Club World Cup goal back in 2000? All right? Who scored the very first Club World Cup goal back in 2000? The answer to that, I'm always coming up live on Drive and talkSPORT after this.
It's officially Sir Gareth Southgate. The former England manager received his knighthood at Windsor Castle, recognition for his services to football.
I was more emotional than I thought I might be, and I think partly to be able to bring the parents with me as well, and my wife, who at different stages of my life have been incredible supports. An amazing honour. Grateful to the help of so many people for being here.
It could be a Barcelona dream move for Marcus Rashford, as we understand the Spanish giants are eyeing a temporary move for the United forward. But will there even be a place for him in the side?
Yamal on that right-hand side. You could have Nico Williams, who that guy looks like he's going to go through on the left. You could probably have Lewandowski down the middle, and behind him Rafinha.
And after we heard this on breakfast yesterday...
No, there's not a captain.
No.
I'm sorry. You need a captain who's going to lead by example.
Former Australia skipper David Campese singing the praises somewhat of Lions captain Maro Itoje. Today, front row tourist Pierre Schoeman has given his reply.
He's probably one of those guys that you respected, playing against him, but it went even through the roof, breaking glass ceilings of the reality of how great leader he is. He's just in a class of his own, and I love spending time with him. I know one does. I can't speak highly enough of him.
The Lions play the Western Force in Perth on Saturday. There's more online at talkSPORT.com.
It is Drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. In a moment, I'll give you the answer to the last no Googling of the day. But there's been another goal in the game between England under 21s and the Netherlands in the Euro semi-finals. Last we heard, England were 1-0 up. Moose, which way's it gone?
The goal has gone to the Netherlands. It's England 1, Netherlands 1 with quarter of an hour to go. Noah Ohio, who had spells in his academy career at both Manchester United and Manchester City, has got the goal. He literally just come on the pitch. This is his first touch of the ball. The ball's whacked clear by the Dutch defence. Charlie Cresswell couldn't clear the ball, let it bounce, and Ohio, way out on the left-hand side, spotted that James Beadle had come towards the edge of his own area. Beadle getting back, couldn't stop it, and he curled it in at the near post. So it's all to play for again. Quarter of an hour to go, live on talkSPORT 2. England had led for 10 minutes, but it's now England 1, Netherlands 1.
Cheers, mate. What do you make of the goalkeeping there? I mean, they say never get beaten near post.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really instinctive finish. I mean, to beat the goalkeeper from there, you'd go, ooh, keeper should do better, but I mean, instinctively, he just swiveled on it and just hit it.
Great hit.
So it's a good finish.
Yeah.
Really
I mean, it literally got into the only gap that it could have got into.
Yeah, the goalkeeper got back quick, but he just won't pick it off.
Right, have you got your pen? You got your pen, Andy? I'm going to give you some.
Give me your pen.
Pathetic clues. I'll give you that one. Right. So before the break, I asked the question: who scored the very first Club World Cup goal back in 2000?
Yep.
Right. Clues. His first name. Don't look. His first name is when you see something like absolutely like pathetic. Like someone does a little bit of skill, you go, that is absolutely
outrageous.
No,
incredible.
That kind of word begins with R.
Ridiculous.
Right, put that down. That's his first name. You'll get this. His surname is the name of the penalty when you just
Panenka.
Right. That's his surname. That's his name. You'll get it.
Ridiculous Panenka.
Come on. Can you hear it?
Oh, wait. Ridiculous Panenka.
Yeah. You should get that.
Ridiculous Panenka.
Come on. People shouting at the radio.
Wait a second. Ridiculous Panenka.
Can you hear anything?
Ridiculous Panenka.
I bet people get it.
Faustino Asprilla?
No.
No, I've had that. Panenka Asprilla?
That's not bad. Give me the pen because I've got to use it for the competition. So, yeah. Have a think about it. We'll come back to it. I don't want to give you such a good clue. All right?
Ridiculous Panenka.
Right, while you're doing that, it's time now for this.
Deliver the goods on talkSPORT with Just Eat Plus. Get unlimited free delivery for 90 days for just $5.99 with Just Eat Plus. Selected stores, minimum spend, service charges and T's and C's apply.
Right, it's time now to play Deliver the Goods with Just Eat Plus. Each day a contestant will come to air and take part in the day's sporting quiz. By the end of the week, the player with the highest score wins a tech bundle and a year's worth of groceries with Just Eat Plus. The current leader is yesterday's contestant Keith, who scored 3 points. Join us now, randomly selected from all the entries on talksport.com, is Craig. Hello, Craig.
Good evening, gents. How are we? All right.
We're good, man. Did you get the answer to my clue, by the way? Ridiculous Penenka?
No, I didn't, unfortunately.
Okay, that's not one of the questions. Benny, you got it yet?
Thank God for that.
Ridiculous Penenka.
You'll get it. It will come to you. I bet people are texting in. Right, have you heard, Craig, have you heard the competition this week?
I have indeed, yes.
Okay, just for people tuning in for the first time that maybe haven't, it's quite easy. You're going to have 30 seconds to answer as many sports-related questions as possible. I won't say right or wrong. As soon as you give me your answer, I'll move on. And at the end of it, producer Billy or Benty will tell me how you did, okay?
Well, I haven't got the quizzes to be able to do it.
It's just producer Billy that's got to do this. If you're not sure, either have a guess or say move on or pass, whatever. But, I mean, the name of the game is to get through as many questions as possible.
Yeah. Okay, super.
Are you ready, Craig?
Bring it on.
Okay, good luck. Your time starts now. In which country will the 2027 Rugby World Cup be held?
Japan.
Which horse won last year's Gold Cup at Royal Ascot?
Pass.
Who scored Man City's opening goal in their first game of the Club World Cup?
Doku.
How many times have newly crowned Gallagher Premiership winners Bath won the title?
6.
Which day of the week is known as Ladies' Day at Royal Ascot?
Thursday.
How many teams in total took part in the Club World Cup?
32.
You got that right, 32. That's perfect. Billy's now... You got 2 correct. You got 2. That noise means you're not happy. But we're happy that you took the time to enter the competition and give it a go.
Yeah, thanks for having us on, boys. Appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure. Well done to you, Craig. So Keith is still leading with 3 points. That was Deliver the Goods with Just Eat Plus. Get a free delivery for 90 days.
Deliver the goods on talkSPORT with Just Eat Plus. Get unlimited free delivery for 90 days for just $5.99 with Just Eat Plus. Selected stores, minimum spend, service charges and T's and C's apply.
Have you cheated?
No, but...
Swear to me you haven't cheated.
I swear I ain't cheated.
Okay.
Nicholas Anelka.
Yes.
And the reason why...
Ridiculous Penenka.
I didn't cheat, but I was obviously in messages. The big boss of the Premier League messaged me straight away. Nicholas Anelka. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Big boss,
he got it. What was his name?
I don't know if I can name check him.
Well, okay.
Shout out, is that right?
I could just say his name. You made a big deal of it.
His name's Dylan.
Dylan.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, you've been begging for.
Well, we should have a show.
Yeah,
on that.
I knew it was coming. That's
we
why I didn't
should.
say his,
Dylan.
That's why I didn't say his name.
Dylan.
That is why I didn't do it.
Dylan, pull your finger out. Right, time now for this.
He didn't mean it.
I meant it. Trust me.
Drive what?
Imagine me and you together on the telly. It'd be great, wouldn't it? 10 grand a show, that's all we need. Right, Drive Well Wide, where we take a look at some of the biggest talking points from across the world of football. Joining us now is our European football expert with the catchphrase. He effectively is the catchphrase king. Let's say hello, good evening to Kevin Hatchard. Hi, Kev.
How are we, chaps? You well?
Yes. We're great. How are you, Sunshine? Are you all right? You well?
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Okay.
Some exciting games, exciting transfers happening, yeah.
Kev,
shining, it's all good.
Kevin, let me ask you a question, because I've really enjoyed the Club World Cup. Have you?
Yeah, I have actually. I still have reservations about how it came about and the player welfare side of it. I think, you know, you look at the heat some of these players are playing in, and that's alarming to me. But what I've really warmed to is that global element of it, because you look at the way that the South American teams have really embraced the competition. And I think that's been great to see. And I think it's been quite nice to see European teams and global teams on a bit more of a level playing field, because if you look at the South American teams, for example, you know, their season's up and running. So they're razor sharp, which hasn't always been the case when you've had meetings between South American champions and European champions. So, yeah, I think the standard has been surprisingly good, I have to say, considering the fatigue levels for some of these players.
It has, you could argue, been a sort of dress rehearsal for the World Cup. What have you made of the times, you touched on the heat, what have you made of the times that these games are kicking off? Because the heat's obviously a problem, right?
Yeah, it's clearly aimed at a European audience, which I think is a problem, because if you've got guys who are, I mean, you look at the Bayern game against Benfica, for example, Konrad Laimer, who wasn't even playing at the time, had his arms like plunged into this tank of ice, trying to keep himself cool. And the Bayern substitutes actually ended up retreating to their dressing room. They actually watched most of the first half from the dressing room because it was so warm. And I think as well, one of the big concerns, and this is, we're led to believe, going to be a concern for the World Cup in a year's time, if you think about the way that group ended last night. So in the end, it didn't matter because Auckland City and Boca, Auckland City were never going to qualify. Boca in the end didn't because Benfica won. But let's say, because there was a weather delay in that game that went on for quite some time, the Benfica-Bayern game ended way before. What if Boca had known by then what they needed to do? What if you'd had a situation where Boca knew exactly what scoreline they needed and suddenly had 50 minutes to get it? So I think that's a big concern. They might have to kind of rethink how they do that.
Okay. Right, we'll come back to that in a moment because there's only about 7 minutes left and it's still 1-1. So we'll get the closing moments of, the second half. And it might be, of course, there might be another half an hour to play, but we'll keep you up to date with that. I'm just looking at the screen and make substitutions, England. Right, let me get your views on Lyon. They've been relegated to League Two. What on earth, or demoted really? What's happened there?
Yeah, so what's happened is that this has been an ongoing situation and they've had this hanging over their heads for quite some time. And they had another meeting with the French financial watchdog, and John Textor, who's the owner of Lyon, put forward the budget and said that, we're going to raise funds because we're selling the Eagle football holding stake in Crystal Palace. We've sold Ryan Cherky. We've done all kinds of things to raise capital. And that wasn't enough for the French financial watchdog because they've heard this before and they want cold, hard cash rather than promises, rather than plans. And their judgment is that they don't feel that Lyon have done enough. Now, John Textor was very, very confident after the meeting and ahead of the judgment. He felt that Lyon were going to be fine and that they weren't going to be relegated to Ligue 2. And he's had a nasty shock. Lyon have called it incomprehensible. They've appealed immediately. So there is still wriggle room, I think, to sort this out. But it's got a lot to do to make those numbers work and convince the authorities that Lyon are on an even keel.
Stay there because there has been a goal with 5 minutes to go. It was 1-1. England have gone 2-1 up. The Moose can tell us more. Moose.
England 2, Netherlands 1. It's that man again, Harvey Elliott, the Liverpool man, with his fourth goal this tournament. And with 4 minutes to go, that surely will send England through to the final. It was a brilliant goal, an individual goal as well by Elliott, who had a good opportunity snuffed out no more than a minute ago. But this time, there was no stopping him as he fired it past the goalkeeper. He's been England's best player in this game, probably their best player of the tournament. And this individual goal should wrap up England's place in the final. Liverpool's Harvey Elliott is the man who's got both England goals. England 2, Netherlands 1. The final 4 minutes are on talkSPORT 2.
What a goal. What a solo effort. He's given Liverpool a huge headache. He's got to start if he's in that kind of form. Brilliant. No? I mean, that's brilliant.
Instead of £100 million verts.
Okay, but that's brilliant.
Yeah, incredible.
Right?
He's a top player.
You can't put him on the bench. Right, listen, we've got you for about 2 minutes because we want to get the closing moments of this on talkSPORT, Kev. Before I let you go, what's the latest with Rashford and his loan deal or any kind of deal to Barcelona?
Yeah, I mean, Barcelona are clearly looking to upgrade that side of the pitch, but the problem that Rashford might have is that Nico Williams is the top target. They want to bring him in from Athletic Club, and they're not bringing him in to be a depth option. He would come in and start. And then you look at, okay, well, if Rashford's not going to be a starter on the left, could be a starter through the middle. You've got Robert Lewandowski there. Now, they're going to play a lot of games next season, Barcelona. They'll want to go deep in all the competitions that they're in. So there's an argument to say that Rashford could come in and cover multiple positions, but would he be an absolute nailed-on starter? I'm not sure he would.
Kev, we're going to let you go because we want to get the closing stages, but always a pleasure. We'll have more time for you next week on our show. Thanks for coming on, pal.
Cheers, chaps.
There you go, Cheers, Kevin Hatchard. For today's drive worldwide, there's 3 minutes of normal time plus added on time. We'll bring you the final closing moments of that game live right here, right after this. Drive live on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, Motorpoint, new car with same day drive away. Available on all cars. Book a test drive today for us at 7. Ollie Klink and Marcus Speller. And they'll bring you the very latest in the transfer insiders. There's about 5 minutes added on time, so we'll cross over that game live on talkSPORT 2. We'll cross over to the Moose when there's about 2 minutes left. Just quickly, England 2-1 up, by the way. Place in the final awaits. We'll play, but in case you're wondering, we'll play either Germany or Spain. That final will be on Saturday, and it will be live on talkSPORT as well. Harvey Elliott, I think I'm right in saying I saw 11 goals in 12 games, which is quite remarkable. And I said he's going to give Arne Slot a headache, and you said, quite rightly, that no chance he's not going to get it. And you're right. But still, when you've got a player like that we know wants first-team football, and I don't know if he's threatened to leave or there have been whispers of him possibly leaving because he wants to play week in, week out. Yeah. When you've got a player like that who you know is a talented young player but can't get into your first team, what do you do to keep him at the club?
Well, it's hard because all you can do is kind of offer him and say, listen, you are part of our plans. You will get your minutes. And I think, like any top side, you need a deep, thick squad because Liverpool go far in most tournaments that they're in. So you need a big, big squad. And Harvey Elliott certainly can play his part. But it gets to the point for Harvey Elliott that he's going to want to go and play week in, week out and be the main man somewhere. So it's a difficult one for him because he's so talented. You've seen there with the second goal that he scored. So talented. But at the end of the day, he's getting to an age now where it's like, right, come on now. It's about, he's probably got aspirations of getting in the senior team as well. And for that to happen, he's got to be playing week in, week out.
Right, there's 2 minutes left now. We've hit the 90. We've played 3 of the 5 that have been added. England currently 2-1 up. They are 2 minutes away from a place in Saturday's final. They'll play either Germany or Spain. Let's get the closing moments now. This game, remember, live on talkSPORT 2. Watching for talkSPORT has been the Moose. Moose, talk us through it.
The holders of the European Championship, remember England. And they want to defend their crown. That matters so much to them. Nearly there with the opportunity to do so again. Here come Netherlands with Poku, right-wing position with a deep cross all the way to the back post. The substitute, Van Brederode, is underneath it. He's played it backwards now. And Noro Hayo's on the edge of the box. So Hayo is quite a long way from goal here as the cross is delivered into the penalty area. Beadle's safe hands. And England are nearly there as we welcome listeners from talkSPORT. England 2, Netherlands 1. We are 3 minutes and 45 seconds into 5 minutes of added time at the end of the game in Bratislava. And England, the holders of the European Championship at under-21 level, are closing in on a place in the final. 2 goals from Harvey Elliott, 2 brilliantly taken goals. Look like they're going to be enough, Darren Ambrose.
Yeah, they certainly do. And we've seen 3 magnificent goals. 2 off Harvey Elliott, 1 off Noah Ohio, which... The one off Noah Ohio, you think he deserves an opportunity to go to extra time, getting the equaliser. And we thought, can someone create something special? And Harvey Elliott's certainly done that. His second goal of this match. Deserved, worthy winner. They've got to defend a corner in the last minute of this match.
A touch of sense on Yuri Regier up front for Tom van Bergen. Corner conceded by Hinshelwood. Just seconds to go now. England 2, Netherlands 1, and the Dutch goalkeeper Robin Roefs has come forward for the corner.
It's their last chance, Joe. It's their last chance.
The Dutch are heading out to the tournament and England are heading into the final against either Germany or France this Saturday night as it stands. Corner for the Netherlands, delivered high into the penalty area. Here comes Beadle and he's taking it well. England's number 1, dominant in the air again, and that should do it for England.
Absolutely brilliant. 5 minutes ticks over. Exactly what you wanted from a corner. High, allow James Beadle, come and catch it. He's laying on the floor, the pressure's over. Soon as this gets kicked out, game over.
Hammered long by Beadle. And England's young guns are through to another final. The holders of the Under-21 European Championship will have the chance to retain their trophy. England go through to face Germany or France in the final on Saturday night here in Bratislava. England's under-21s, the European Championship winners in 2023. Can they win it again here in 2025? 2 moments of brilliance from Harvey Elliott, good enough to overcome the Dutch, who'd equalised through Noro Hayo's wonderful goal from range. But in truth, England from back to front were the better side. and Lee Carsley has done it again. The head coach who led England all the way 2 years ago is going to get the opportunity to make it back-to-back trophy lifts at the European Championships for the Young Lions. England have done it, England have won it, through to the final. England 2, Netherlands 1.
Incredible.
That's fantastic. Absolutely brilliant.
That's a bit weird, that, because we were talking about Middlesbrough rogue players and Michael Reisinger comes on the TV screen.
That was strange. A reminder, England will play either Germany or France. My mistake from earlier. Germany or France in the final. That's going to be live on talkSPORT this Saturday night at 8 p.m. Just a very quick word about that performance. First half, it was one-way traffic. It was all England, and then the Dutch come out in the second half, and then it evened up a bit. And then, of course, that goal from Harvey Elliott was just sublime. I don't know if you saw, he had a shot with about 2 minutes to go. Just clipped the bar as well. He was the star man this afternoon.
Yeah, he was, yeah. It's definitely one of those where I think England's strength and depth certainly played its part. They were certainly the better side over the course of the 90 minutes. First half, it was a bit of a battering. Then you're right, the Dutch came out and had a real good go. But I think when you look at it at face value, I mean, Lee Carsley there smiling. But when you've got that array of talent to pick from, like, it doesn't surprise me that England and the youth, I don't know what happens up until senior level, but before that, they've got so much talent. Like, in terms of, I mean, look at the total attempts, 11-2. I mean, they've just got so much talent all across the board that it doesn't surprise me that this England team's going to go on. I think they're going to go on and win it. I know they've got a final between France or Germany, but Lee Carsley's done a fantastic job.
I was going to ask you about that achievement. I mean, if you could manage England to retain the title, that's some achievement, isn't it?
Of course it is, yeah. But we've seen it before with England youths winning World Cups and European Championships. But I mean, as I said there, if you're Lee Carsley and you go, it's a little bit like the England manager. You go into that squad and you look at the array, the Bellinghams, the Kanes. You go, it's like Christmas. It's a little bit like Lee Carsley.
Yeah, he knows what to do with that team. Brilliant. In case you're just tuning in late, England have just beaten the Dutch. We will play either Germany or France in the final of the Under-21 Euros. That final, of course, will be live on talkSPORT this Saturday night at 8 p.m. Right, we are done. What a show. I've really enjoyed it. It's been fantastic. Let's do it all over again tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So in the meantime, stay with talkSPORT. Lots coming out. Remember, the boys on the Sports Bar from 10 will be taking calls on this. I'm sure they will, and loads more. So make sure you join the boys. 03717 223344. Stick that number in your phone. Thanks for listening. Have a great evening. We'll see you at 4 tomorrow. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.